are coming to you live from our houses because, you know, it's either COVID or the fact that our breath stinks, but some way or another, we just got to be separate.
And I don't know, like me driving to your studio, you driving to my studio, it's just, it wouldn't work out.
It would be fun, though. I'm not opposed
but,
to it.
but why would we, like, how would we do video? Like, why would we, I don't
Well,
know, it's just
like,
be weird.
it wouldn't be Wednesday nights anymore.
No.
It would have
I'm
to
not
be.
opposed to it, though.
No, me neither, because I'm off Thursday. You're the one that would, I'd probably have to drive to you. Because you're the one who isn't off, so that makes the most sense to me.
Well, I'm just going to throw this one out there. No pressure, but not next week, but the following week, I have the whole week off.
Oh.
Because of Thanksgiving break.
Oh.
So just going to
I also have,
that.
I mean, like, I'm just going to throw this out there. You probably don't want to do it, but I also have a guest room, and if it's late, which it probably will be, or what we could do is do it on a Thursday in the day.
Oh, we can't do it, though, because that's Thanksgiving.
No, it's not. Next week?
Yeah, not next Thursday, but the following Thursday.
Oh, but the week you're off is the Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put a little pin on it. Not only that, but
because I'll be off. I probably won't be off Wednesday.
Christmas breaks and shit coming up, so
I'll definitely be off that Thursday then.
Yeah. Oh, I think everybody. Well, hey, we'll put a pin on it. We'll see.
Put a pin in it. And by the way, what's up with this cold weather? I want to sound like Jerry Seinfeld. No, but
what is up with that?
Hello, winter. No, it's still fall, but it's cold now. It's long sock weather now. You know.
You know what's funny? My ex once told me that Texas did not have like the 4 seasons. Like it went from summer to winter.
Oh yeah.
Like that was Texas, and apparently that's the South all in general.
They just get barbecue and thunderstorms.
Yeah, for reals. And I feel like that's what we got this year. Like it was freaking hot. Like literally a week ago when we were doing this, it was hot.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't say hot. It was like 80s.
Well, hot like for the time of year, right? And then it just goes and it's like, hey, bitch, put a sweater on.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, it's like, oh, you left your window open? Haha.
It's like,
here it comes.
No more G-strings or fishnets till April.
Put those basketball shorts to sleep because now you need the long johns.
You're going to need long johns. Man, we're cheap in the wintertime, but we you know, you got to be.
You know,
sometimes these heaters are ridiculous.
You know, to be honest, Coop, is it really that cold compared to like our brothers and sisters?
I mean, of course we're going to compare it.
Yeah.
But then you're never cold. So fuck that, because you can always compare it to someone on like Mount Everest or some monk. Look, we're Californians for a reason.
You should go to Alaska.
Yeah, exactly. We're Californians for a reason. We have no fucking tolerance for weather under 40 degrees or weather over 100.
No, absolutely not. I'll even say weather over like 85. We have no tolerance for that.
Yeah, that's true. I moved to the valley, so I'm up about 10 degrees. 95 is my cutoff. But yeah, before the valley, it's about 85. So you're pretty much right. You're right.
I remember about a year ago or two, I made that complaint. I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot in the Bay Area. It was like 96 degrees or something.
That is pretty warm though. Like I said, 95 is my cutoff.
And then somebody from like, I don't know, one of my followers for the L3 pod like tweeted at me and they're like, oh, you want to know hot? Why don't you come down over here? You know, blah, blah, blah.
Devil's butthole.
And I'm like, for some reason, there's a lot of Texas people that listen to us in the L3 pod.
So. Well, we don't like the Cowboys. Well, maybe Danny does. I don't. I'm a Niner fan.
I do not like the Cowboys. I do like making fun of the Cowboys.
Me too. I like making fun of the fact. And by the way, I love my Cowboy fan friends, but I got to roast you because, God, you guys always have money and you always have, I mean, your owner's just screwing you, but it's okay.
Hey, you know what?
Whatever. Jerry Jones is going to die, and maybe his son will do better.
You're not the Dodgers. Money cannot buy you a championship.
And if it could, it took about 30-plus years.
Hey-o.
That was my
30,
jab.
32.
But don't worry, I think that was still shorter than the Giants.
Yeah.
Before 2010, right?
You know, a lot of people were like, oh, it only took you guys 32 years. I'm like, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of teams that have plus 50. right?
Yeah, I'm all prior to 2010. What was the last time the Giants won? Exactly. They weren't even in San
I
Francisco.
think it
They're
was
like the Seals or
2014,
something.
2013, right? And
Yeah,
then,
something ridiculous like that.
well,
Um, yeah, I mean they had a great run 2010, 2012, 2014 also. Um, but other than that, before that,
oh yeah,
where yeah.
you just
So
had like Barry Bonds,
yeah,
and
I
that
mean
was
look at
like your
Barry
team.
Bonds. He was like like he broke the record and like they still lost versus the Angels.
Man, my dad is a huge Giants fan, and
Mhm.
I didn't really grow up. I grew up around baseball, but I wasn't like super into baseball. It's still like kind of like a backseat sport wise for me.
Okay.
Like football is like my main deal, but
That's your main squeeze.
it's my main squeeze. But excuse me, Jesus, see, you drink that
Mhm.
fizzy drinks, you got to let out a belch every once in a while.
Yeah.
Um,
Release
but
the evil.
release it. Um,
Release the fairy much.
I just picture the professor from Independence Day.
Yeah.
Release me. But yeah, I completely forgot what I was saying, but it probably wasn't important.
Your baseball not being your main squeeze
Oh
and your
right,
dad
so
being yeah.
but my mom and my mom's side were all A's fans, so then I
Yeah.
kind of just was like, I'm a Niner fan and I'm an A's fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just fans of teams that haven't won any championships.
Yeah.
No, the Niners won in the '90s, so never mind. But that's still 30 plus years ago.
Yeah, because A's their last time they won was like at
80,
89, I believe.
89
Um
against the Giants.
oh, I'm sorry, I was thinking A's. Yeah, Giants
No, they won. They beat them.
2014, 20. I might be wrong though.
No, that was the last time the A's won.
Yeah. It
And then,
doesn't matter
yeah,
though.
and the Giants, I
See,
don't know. What was it, like 1970 before? I don't know.
so,
Dude, I'm not.
something crazy. You know
Doesn't
what?
it
It doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter. It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
I'm not a
Well,
sports broadcaster.
no one was alive through it, and I think that's why I'm taking this like Dodger win like super. Like yeah, I was alive when they won in '88, but I was 4. Do I really remember?
I was born
Yeah,
or well, yeah, I was like almost a year old. No wait,
yeah.
yeah, no, it was October, so I was like 10 months old.
Yeah, I don't remember shit from that. Like
No,
my
dude.
parents remember. My parents remember the Kirk Gibson home run where he's like running, he's doing a little fist bump. Like my parents remember
Yeah.
that vividly. You know, I don't. I was fucking 4. The hell do I know?
I know. And then my
So,
dad was at the catch, like the one of the most iconic 49er game ever, like the one
yeah.
where you seen that picture where Tom Brady's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's at the catch.
Yeah.
Like my dad was at the game with baby Tom Brady.
Yeah. That is. You see that guy there?
Dude, you know what's crazy? And this is a
That's pretty
fucked up
crazy.
scenario, but like if anything bad would have happened that night, it would have
Mhm.
affected a generational athlete,
Yeah.
like a 20-year MVP in the league athlete.
No
That's
one would have known
insane.
who the hell Thomas
See,
Brady
so be
is.
nice to these children, hug your kids, and if you see any foul play, you report it.
Yeah. You tell him. You tell him.
That's right.
No, but no, back to where I was talking about the whole Texas thing. They I was making a complaint like, oh, it's 97 degrees or something, and some guy, oh, if you want to know real heat, come
Yeah.
down to Texas or something. And I'm like, sir, I pay too much in rent and mortgage to even deal with that weather. Like it's too hot for the amount of mortgage I pay. So
You're like, my
remember
interest
that.
rate my interest rate forces me to pronounce my exes different than you.
Yeah, sir, my
Tejas.
my cost.
Do they
of
really
living here
say
in
that?
Yeah, because that's how you say it in Spanish, Tejas. So you
So
put
like those
rather
are
than putting
like
the X, you put the J.
so Southern Texans might say stuff like that.
Where was he from?
Or
I can't
or
remember.
are they even Texans at that point?
Texans.
You
they
don't
just think
talk
they're going
like that
crazy.
around these corners.
Now look at here, you little brown boy.
All right, you belong. No. You got to cross the street.
Look at here, Pedro. That's not.
Listen here, Guillermo.
Why
don't
would they
know
pick
where
like the hardest name to say?
he like the most ethnic one too.
I know.
Like he would probably
Look
just
at-
pick Jose or something.
Yeah. Look at here, Rodrigo.
Hey, listen
Like,
here. Yeah, I got nothing. I could have done
look at
anything.
here, Raul.
Yeah, I
You know?
could have done all kinds of names.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what's the most Mexican name I can think of, and like, listen here, Heriberto. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, like Umberto.
Yeah, but Heriberto. Like, that's the kind of text. That's the kind of Southerner I want to meet. The one who knows like all the different like ethnic names and
I want
don't
to
just
meet the
do what
one
they'll
that
say.
spits in between things.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Listen, now what we're gonna do." Like he's got to
Look.
clear his mind.
Yeah. This is what's gonna
Hold
happen.
on, let me spit half my tongue out.
Starts
Oh,
coughing and
cancer's
shit.
kicking in.
Oh
That
god.
mouth cancer, man. That don't chew, guys. It's bad for you.
I I never got into it.
I have you ever done it?
No, never.
So I've done
Cause
it.
I was like a cigarette guy. So I was always like a
Uh,
cigarette person.
so
Yeah.
like a cigarette, but
Mm-hmm.
not like a cigarette, but similar. You get that you get that little buzz, the little
Mm-hmm.
nicotine smack,
Yeah, because you basically it's just like
just going
if I
straight to your
remember, you put it like
yeah
or like under your
government like
tongue or
yeah.
under
But
and you're kind of like sucking on it, and then the spit, instead of swallowing it, you spit it out.
it's like a cigar. You don't want to swallow it, but
Yeah.
it absorbs into your blood through your mouth, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's why
And
people
that's
do
why
acid that way. It goes works
and that's
faster.
why I'd never got into smoking cigars because I always smoked them
Oh,
like
to inhale?
cigarettes. So like cigarettes you inhale and then
No,
you
yeah,
know,
you don't want to do that. You're gonna throw up or have a stomach
yeah.
ache.
And with a cigar, you just kind of like puff it and keep it in your mouth and blow
Well,
it.
you taste it. It's like a weird. It's yeah. It's not like a cigarette.
Mm-mm.
It's more like a whole. And then see, it's not like blunts. It's not like weed either, because you smoke weed, you inhale it.
Yeah, it needs to go into your
So I
lungs.
mean, it's its own thing. It's not even.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I like it all except cigarettes. I'm not into that. But
See,
I like
and that was I
cigarillos,
love
like
cigarettes.
little.
Well, I
I'll
used to.
do. I'll do like I'll smoke like tobacco, but I just don't like the pre-packed. All that
Mm.
Pall Mall and the Marlboro Reds and the Cools and the
And the
what other
camo.
Camels. That's right, Camels. They don't
Yeah.
even have cool Camel. They don't even have Joe Camel anymore.
No, dude.
Remember when we were kids and we used to see those billboards?
Yeah, with Joe Camel and like the Marlboro Cowboy dude.
I mean, that made me want to kill my lungs. When I saw
Yeah.
how cool that camel looked with a suit on,
Yeah. With the glasses. He had a
dude.
sunglass. He had sunglasses, so you know he was cool.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing? Why am I going to school? Why?
Why am I wasting my time right now?
I should be placing bets at the horse track. I could be learning so much about my life.
You know what? You can go even lower and at the dog track or something.
Oh God, but we don't have those out here.
I don't even think we do. Yeah, I think you're
You probably
right.
got to go to Kentucky.
Go down to Tennessee.
God damn, you go get some bourbon and some greyhounds running
Gonna go
today.
down to Nashville. Get myself some
Yeah.
bourbon. Woo. Go down to the dog tracks,
Oh
boy.
my, what a nice afternoon we're having today.
Coop, you know what's funny? I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I don't think you know this,
Uh,
but my family and I, we were super close to moving to Nashville. Actually,
that's a really cool place to go. I've
like
heard
in
music.
'02, we were so close. We're like
Wow.
80% close
You
to
guys would have
moving
been
to.
Trump supporters. No, I'm kidding. You wouldn't have.
Oh, we wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't
We
have.
would have been hung already. Nah, they're probably nice people. I've never
No,
been to
you're
Nashville,
good.
so I can't.
Actually, Nashville is like it's because it's music. It's like Austin. It's very liberal for
Yeah,
being
in a
like in a red
super like
state.
conservative place.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's also like a college. I don't know if it's a college town, but I know
Mm-hmm.
Nashville. I mean, you got Nashville, it's super musical, and then you got Memphis, and that's like 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah,
It's
which
like the
I'm okay
capital
with.
of
I can sip on some
tri-
sip with spinners.
triple six, triple six. Dude, well,
But
you
yeah,
were
like
on the hype
after
of 3-6 when during all that, right? Because
what's up?
I know Juan, I know Johnny boy,
Yeah,
like three
Juan, if you will.
six.
My brother was he's still into that respectfully.
Good. He should be. Everyone needs a
Yeah.
little Juicy J and DJ Paul in their life.
Um, if you're not fucking with Juicy J and DJ Paul, you're not doing your life right.
You're not being a real person.
No, you are. You need to go get educated and cultured.
You're no more than a hologram at not even Coachella. You're like a hologram at at an old folks home,
Mm.
you know? And it'd be like a Ronald Reagan hologram to make all the old people feel comfortable.
Ooh, and I feel uncomfortable
Well,
thinking about that.
we grew up in a different
Different
time.
time,
No, I'm
yeah.
kidding.
But no, my dad's company, they were moving they're moving the company over to Nashville. And so my dad was out there for like a month, like setting up the thing. And while he was out there, he was looking at the houses and he's like, dude, we can sell our home in East San Jose and buy like a huge
Oh yeah, probably
like a
mansion.
huge house, plenty of room and like a huge backyard. And my dad always wanted like a ranch type of house.
Yeah.
So he's like, dude, I can get like a 1 acre thing, blah blah blah. And he was tempted. Like he wanted me and Juan to like fly out there for like a weekend and kind of like check it out. But my dad's like, oh, it's too hot. But it doesn't matter because everybody's gonna have AC anyway, so it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter how hot it is.
That's true.
And we were thinking about it, but then the only thing that didn't work out was my dad was like, well, you know what? It's kind of too far away from all the family.
Uh-huh.
Like all the family from LA, our family here in San Jose, and definitely
Right.
like our Mexican trips. Since we used to drive it would have taken longer to go through there.
Oh yeah.
So that's the only reason why we didn't do it, because it was gonna be too much. But I don't know. I don't know what would happen if I would move down to Nashville.
Maybe you guys would have been. Maybe you guys would be trap artists or country singers. Nashville is very, very.
Country.
Nashville is pretty much the country capital, I believe. Right?
Mm.
Nashville. Maybe it's
Well, you know what?
bluegrass. Maybe
If I can turn back time,
we share.
I would go back and started the whole southern rock kind of thing, like the Chariot and Norma Jean and like
Oh, I thought when you said Southern rock because I'm hella like old school. I thought you meant like Scanner,
Skinner.
fucking
Yeah.
yeah, Mala Hatchet and the goddamn Skinner, man.
No, I was thinking like the
You're thinking more of
the
the hardcore.
yeah, the hardcore southern with the riffs, like the
You know,
very like bluesy riffs.
I'm gonna tell you a little story about the Chariot, and you're probably not gonna appreciate it, but
You'd be surprised.
well, maybe you will. But it was an Ozfest, and me and some of my friends I don't remember liking. I don't think I liked the Chariot, and when I
Okay.
saw him live at Ozfest, I literally was flipping off the lead singer, and me and 20 other like 20 other people at least joined in on me flipping him off, and the lead singer started flipping all of us off, and it was pretty funny. So that was my story, but I've never started a flip off mob before. And now you're looking at me like you want to hit me.
I mean, I don't, but you got to respect, like, those guys put on one hell of a show.
Well, see, the thing is
Like, it's insane from like the first note, from the open note that they're gonna start off the set to like the very last open note.
but see, I was even in I was in high school, so that was a long time ago.
You're just a little jerk.
I definitely was.
Mhm.
I don't know if I feel any different now, because Chariot's they're a little sporadic from what I remember.
Yeah.
They're like a very hectic grindcore kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
absolutely.
super into that. It's too much
Yeah.
for me. I'm not
Yeah, like-
hating on it though. I mean, I was then.
It was. No,
Was
their
then,
songs are
but-
like maybe 2 minute long.
Yeah, I can't
maybe
do that. I know
2.5 minute.
Tom was a huge fan of it in high school.
And yeah, and like you said, it's very chaotic. Very chaotic.
Very
mayhem.
chaotic. People think death metal's chaotic. Well, it's similar to death metal when they have the blast beats and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But see, death metal it's like okay because death metal will do it every once in a while. Well, so does their shit. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe I need a catchy hook.
Yeah.
You don't always get it.
No, and I think that's why bands like Every Time I Die are still more successful than
Yeah,
the
because they
other
combine.
more chaotic ones.
Yeah,
Because Every Time I Die, like, yeah, I mean, first off, they're not from the South; they're like from Buffalo. Um, but like their hooks, like their riffs are just like so amazing and they're
Yeah.
so freaking catchy. And
Don't
then out of
that's what
nowhere,
I'm
here comes a
saying.
breakdown, and next thing you know, it like
Like
just
I
it's a
got
little bit
respect for
chaotic,
the
but not as chaotic.
purists, but when you can find a balance for your own sound, I think
Yeah,
that's what makes you great.
yeah.
Because then you're differentiating yourself from everyone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which Chariot does. They had their own sound. It
You,
just
you
wasn't
know
my
which
cup of tea when I was younger.
you know which band needs to come back though?
Huh.
The Chariot of Evil.
Oh God. Well, I think I'm as of right now, I'm already a better guitarist than I was then.
Okay.
And I barely practice, so that's still saying but that's still saying I'm more comfortable now than I was back then.
My bass playing skills haven't improved,
But they haven't
but
gotten worse, right?
I don't think it's gotten any worse because I've been definitely been practicing more now than I have back then.
Do you know any Cure bass lines?
Oh, I do know Boys Don't Cry.
Dude, yeah, that's a good one. And what was the one I was thinking of? Just Like Heaven's a good one. Bass line.
Oh, dun 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 dun. Dun. Yeah, yeah.
That's a
You know
fun one.
what? I think I remember learning it for sure.
Well, it's like super. It's one of their hits, but like it's such
Yeah.
a Kessie. Such a
Mm.
catchy bass line.
You know what's funny? Yeah, you say The Cure. I'm gonna disappear for like a quick second. Hold on.
Oh God damn it! No, no,
Because not
Danny, no.
only is this my recording, for the podcast studio, but it's also my guitar recording bass thing. And
Oh,
our good friend Ray Avila,
oh yeah, yeah. Ray.
yeah, our good friend Raymond. Um, I have my pedal board here with me as well, so you can see.
Oh,
But
nice.
he let me borrow this bad boy right here.
Oh, I
This
want to
is
see. Oh,
a
bass
um
clone. Oh,
a
cool.
bass chorus. So I remember I was showing him some like I got into like some goth new wave or dark wave. And he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, dude, here try out this pedal I just picked up," and he let me borrow it. So I'm
It
excited
gives it an
to
evil. So chorus is fun because you can get two things out of it.
yeah
For clean, you can get a nice little pretty like tone, and then when you use it subtly, and then when you use it like hella hard, it's
yeah
some of the most eerie, creepy. So like it's super 80s. It's fun.
yeah. So I'm really excited to give this and get like try with my bass first and get that Cure type of type of sound to it. But I wonder how it would sound if I put it through my guitar also.
Well, you
Like
should
how
try it because I
yeah.
don't usually usually
What's that right
it
there?
should work fine because it's not like there's an EQ range. There is a difference in the bass with the guitar, but I don't believe it. I don't believe the circuits for the pedal are gonna just be for bass. So I think it'll work good
No.
with because a lot of
And I mean,
people use bass. Some people use bass wahs on guitars.
yeah. I mean, all my pedals I use for my bass, they're all guitar based and they
Yeah.
work perfectly fine. Like right now on my board, I have my tuner, obviously. And then my second in my chain is this fuzz pedal. I have a swollen pickle fuzz
Oh
pedal. It's like
shit! Nice.
yeah, Ray got turned me
That's
on
way huge.
to
Makes
those,
that right.
and yeah. Well, I have that, and then I also have the Big Muff. I'm looking at the Big Muff for over here. I'm not sure, I mean, it's over there, and the Big Muff, I just couldn't get a good tone with it with my bass in my head.
Yeah.
So I stuck with the swollen pickle. It gives it a great like crunchy sound to it, and then of course I have my bass EQ, but like I'm looking over here at my storage of amps or of my storage of pedals, and yeah, I have two, three different overdrive pedals plus my muff, and then I have my reverb, and I'm not sure what that green one is, but
Man, now you
it's
got
a.
me wanting to look for mine.
I started a chain reaction over here, but
Oh, I found
it's
it.
what you got.
So, so my main squeeze right now. because I don't know if I
Mm.
told you, but back in July I splurged and bought a Helix.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been my thing. I've been fucking with that. You can go
Yeah.
online and get some tones. You can make your own. Like right now, I don't know if you're really into Mark Tremonti at all. He's a
Remind me
guitarist
who
for
that.
Creed and Alter Bridge and
Oh yeah,
solo.
yeah.
Whether you like Creed or not, the guitar tone that he
It's freaking
has
on
is
point.
fucking amazing. But it's funny
Yeah.
because I bought an amp model, a model after him, which is friggin'. It sounds great, but I bought it from a Christian worship tutorials
Oh
because
god. Of
he's
course it
known.
would be.
Yeah, but dude, it's so funny. So I downloaded it, and it's super heavy. And then it's like all the other recommendations are for like atmospheric Christian rock.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
yeah, I'm good. Hail Satan.
no, we're just gonna keep it with this one.
Dude,
We just
okay,
bought it for
so I'm
one
getting
thing.
real nerdy. I got this bad boy that I love.
Oh,
Wait,
that looks
can you
badass,
read?
dude.
No, you
What's
can't
what?
really read it. Okay, it's called the Decimator. It's all chrome.
Yeah.
It's a
And it's got what's
fucking
that like a noise reducer?
just a noise gate. It's fucking
Oh
chill.
shit. Yeah.
And then I got just like you, I got my chorus. I'm only gonna show one more because I'm like, this is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And I got my tube screamer, but I got this one too. This is cool.
Oh, nice, dude. Oh,
It's
Black Label.
my Black Label chorus because Zach Wild
Yeah.
has good chorus. Super 80s kind of. But it doesn't have to be, it's how you mess with it. But
Yeah,
I
it's
was going to
all with
show
the
you
settings.
this would be really cool on a bass too for like a metal band. But I got a tube screamer, but then the one I'm going to show you right now was my baby before I got the Helix.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. I made a makeshift bag for it. This thing is amazing.
Dude, the metal muff?
The metal muff, dude. It's got so much balls.
Dude.
It turned that B-52, like, no disrespect
Yeah,
to the B-52, but, it's got mostly drive on it, right? So it doesn't really give
right.
you that distortion, that real thick balls. Dude,
Yeah.
I plugged that thing in, messed with it for like a day. It was like the coolest guitar tone I've ever gotten out of that amp.
Yeah.
So
No.
that's once I start liquidating, because I actually just sold my reverb pedal.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, it's an Earthquaker devices, so it's like they're like super boutique and expensive and handmade in the US and shit. So
Yeah.
they hold their value. Like, dude, I bought it for $213 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I went on Reverb. I resold it for $213 and I sold it in 10 hours.
Really just like boom.
Dude, boom.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to upgrade my guitar and put new pickups in it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to sell this pedal and buy the Devin Townsend Fluence Fishman pickups.
It's funny because a long time ago, here, let me show you my muff. Hold on one sec.
Dude, they're great pedals.
Oh, 100%. So, um, I bought a big muff for my bass a long time ago, and and I never used it. So I think I either gave it to my cousin or I sold it or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I think I paid for like $40 for it, and then I'm like, all right. Once I started looking for like a new fuzz play pedal for my bass,
Right.
for my tone, so it can not to like be super fuzzy, but kind of give it like an overdrive, kind of like
Yeah, kind of like
overdrive
just a little,
crunchy kind of
crunch.
sound,
Yeah.
crunch. So I was like, all right, I'm not sure if I want the big muff again or if I want like the swollen pickle.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I went with the swollen pickle,
Yeah.
but dude, look at this bad boy right here.
I know, and that's the is that that's the old school one, huh?
Yeah, it's the really big one.
Because
It's the OG
that
one.
one's expensive.
Billy Corgan, our boy Billy Corgan from
Yeah,
Smashing
I
Pumpkins,
was
made
just
this
gonna
one
say
famous.
that was like what like the first few records. That's like all he used, right?
Yeah, so I've been messing around with it on my guitar, dude. Like you cannot go really like past maybe noon with it because it gets
Way too.
for my
Oh
taste, it
yeah,
gets too crazy.
right.
But just for like just an overdrive and like
Nice
good
bite.
little punch, dude.
Yeah. Wait, so where did you pick that bad boy up?
Reverb also.
Oh fuck yeah, good
Yeah, I
shit.
got a reverb. This one, I think I bought it used. It might have been like I want to say maybe like 80 or $100.
That's not bad. Well, yeah, that metal muff I got was about 65.
Yeah, that's how much like
Not too bad.
muffs go for. And then the swollen pickle, I think I got it also for like $100.
See,
And the worst part,
you got nice, really respected ones too, like swollen
dude,
pickle and the big
our buddy
muff.
Ray has been turning me on. I mean, we're fucking nerds, dude.
Oh,
Let's
we're
be
gear
honest.
horse, you know.
We're we're gear nerds. Like I remember going to shows when we were like in our early 20s, and as we're setting up, I'll be like, "Oh my god, he has that,"
Yeah,
whatever. Or like I remember looking at the pedals and be like, "Oh shit, he got this," or "Oh man, it's a dope ass bass." Like I was
yeah.
just like, I
Well,
suck as a
I'm still like that.
yeah, and I'm like, dude, I know I suck as a musician, so let me just be a whore about like
Oh, but
really good gear.
it's fun, and you know, it's not drugs. You're not buying
Yeah,
dope. You're not smoking dope.
you're not smoking that reefer.
Well, I
Um,
am. Sorry, Dad. Just kidding.
But no, dude,
He
I've been getting
knows.
lucky. Just keeping an eye on stuff. I'm looking at my Boss overdrive pedal over here,
The
and then my
DS1.
distortion pedal. Yeah, I got the
Damn.
yellow
See,
one.
I know.
Or
See, I told you I know some. We're
I got
nerds.
the yellow one. I got the orange one. The
Yeah.
dude who sold me the orange one, the yellow one, like $20, and I'm like, this guy does not know what the fuck he has.
Wow.
That's the thing,
Boss
because they
pedals
can
are usually
they go up
pretty.
for like $50.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, so he sold it to me for like 20 plus. He's like, oh, here, and he gave me like the V9 power adapter.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, and he gave me like a nice big ass one. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? That thing's worth like $20
Oh,
right
the
there. So
brick.
yeah, like a
He
huge ass
gave you
brick.
like
Not
the
like
power supply brick.
no, not like the power supply brick, but like
Oh,
the
just the
9 volt, like
for the
the power adapter
for
was
the
nice and
pedal.
big.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? But I mean, I'm not gonna tell him that, but
I mean, yeah. Hey,
um $20 for that pedal, and
maybe it was
I
haunted.
fucking love that pedal, dude.
There's a
Again, I
ghost in
use it for
that
my
pedal.
guitar, and I give it a little overdrive, give it a little punch.
Yeah,
So
colors it up a little bit.
yeah, don't tell me how to play Wonderwall, because I still don't know, but I got you with the drop D's and the drop D tuning or drop C tuning, and just barring the whole thing, I got you with that.
Well, and then what was his name? Who was the singer? Noel.
For Oasis,
Yeah,
Liam
Liam.
Gallagher.
So Liam,
Uh-huh.
he's the singer.
Yeah, and
So the guy we
Noel
saw,
is Noel.
well, it'd be Noel if he was Mexican or
Yeah.
Latino, but
Well, I call Noel, but
I mean, he
yeah.
still could. But I'm
Yeah.
sure he probably is like, my name's Noel.
Yeah. So it's
But
Noel. Noel,
he's
that's
the
the guy we
guitar
saw
player.
open up for Smashing. Yeah, that's the guy who we saw
Man,
open up
he's a
for
little
Super
fucking
Smashing.
smarmy cunt, dude. He's so. We were laughing. I think we talked about this before, maybe, but me and Steph were just making fun of his accent the whole concert. Because don't get me wrong, the Oasis hits were really cool,
Yeah.
but like his dialogue in between songs,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna give another example of this after him, is just so douchey.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know who else is like that though?
Who?
Stephen Jenkins from Third Eye Blind. I love
Oh, the
Third Eye
singer?
Blind, but
Yeah.
he is so douchey
I heard
and
he is a big
annoyingly
man.
preachy. He's like, he does this. I don't like this, but he does this. We're all one today. We're one. Like, no,
Yeah.
dude, we're all going home different time. Like, fuck off. I
Yeah.
get it. Look, we paid already. You don't have to do this little whole like theater thing. Like, oh, we're one. Like, dude, just play the fucking songs.
Just
That's what we're here for.
just play which you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
They're making me wanna jump off that ledge, my friend. No,
Or
but
do, do, do,
do
do, do,
do
do.
do.
Okay. Two last stories about Third Eye Blind, and then we'll go ahead and continue with the real topics of the day.
These are the
Um,
topics.
this is the important
This
topic.
is the
This is what
show.
helps us when we're stressed. We talk about, we listen to music, and we buy merch. We buy unnecessary pedals that we're never gonna play.
I have so many things I'm gonna. Okay, no, you go first.
Okay.
Go.
So, I thought it was freaking badass that they invited Third Eye Blind to play the Republican party like 4 years ago.
Oh, they never.
That
Yeah.
Yeah, they played and they did it so they can just do like a big fuck you to the Republican
Oh,
Party.
they actually played it?
Yeah, they played it, and when they were gonna play that the Ledge song, which she was step back
Yeah.
from, he's like, yeah, he's like, everybody's gonna sing this song, but song is actually about my friend who committed suicide because he was too afraid to jump out of, to be out of the closet. So like that song's about his friend who
Yeah.
committed suicide who was afraid to jump out of the closet, and he's freaking throwing it at the
And he
Republicans for
jumped off the
creating like
ledge.
this all like anti
Right.
LGBTQ law. So I thought that was pretty punk rock. And
That
then
is.
yeah.
I like that story.
No, yeah, and then I remember Daryl and I, our friend Daryl,
Yeah.
we went to see Third Eye Blind for free at
Oh, at Music in the Park in San Jose.
Music in the
I was
Park.
there. I
Yeah,
think I
yeah.
saw you fuckers.
And I remember we went there thinking like, oh, Third Eye Blind, whatever. Like we were thinking like
Dude, they played like
semi charm
all
live or
the
whatever.
hits and shit.
Dude, we were like 10 songs deep, and I turned to Daryl and I tell him like, fuck, dude, I knew all these Third Eye Blind songs, and like I never
Yeah.
knew I was a huge Third Eye Blind fan. And since that day, I realized I love Third Eye Blind.
Yeah. And I remember that day because at that time I was working in specialties, which was right there.
Yeah.
So I literally
Really
could
across
get
the
off of
street.
work, pull my
Mhm.
apron off, go buy some tall can. Well, I don't think there was a liquor store, but there was the Caravan.
Yeah.
So it was fun. Especially when they
Yeah.
were doing Music in the Park, when they did Third Eye Blind was huge. I think that was the biggest one. I think the other big turnout was like Michael Jackson tribute because I think he died that year.
Yeah. And they
But
always did like the Beatles tribute band also,
yeah,
which
and I
always
think they
had a
always
pretty
do
good
like a
turnout.
funk band or something.
Yeah. But they always had like a good rock band. Like I remember they had like Goldfinger.
Really?
Yeah, they
I
had
missed
Goldfinger
that.
ones.
Dang, that's cool.
They had Dropkick Murphys ones.
Okay, I never
No,
saw
no, not Dropkick Murphys. The other
Flogging
ones.
Molly.
Yeah, Flogging Molly. Um, Dredge was there once also, and they were freaking good.
Oh yeah, I remember Ryan used to always make fun of the lead singer, but I
Uh,
never really remember listening to them. I think it's,
uh
yeah, it was funny. He used to always make fun
Dredge.
of them.
What, what did Dredge did to him?
I don't know, but we were just haters back then, Danny. That's what we
Yeah,
did.
that's what. Yeah,
We
that's what we were.
were very critical on others that
Unsuccessful
did way
artists.
more shit than us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who really
We were
didn't give
making
a
fun of
fuck
people that
about.
were doing things that we dreamed and still dream we could do.
Like if they really care the opinions of fucking bunch of 14 and 15-year-old kids.
They do if my mom and dad give me the money to buy their records.
That's true.
No,
That's true.
that is true, but there's nothing to brag about. God, do you remember the fun and the glory of like having money when you were younger and going to like Best Buy or something and buying a CD?
I
You know?
remember the glory of having money and not having to save it for responsibility shit.
Yeah.
Rent was free.
Yeah.
You know,
Rent was free.
all you
Food, you could
spent
just
money
eat out all the
on was
time.
like, yeah, like you never ate home. You were always eating at freaking restaurants and leaving tips. You know.
Oh, that stopped 20 years ago.
Yeah. No, my I always like to give good tips to waiters.
Yeah.
That's always been my thing. But I know I'm not Irish like me. But yeah, dude, like going to like Rasputin, Streetlight, Tower,
Oh,
Best Buy,
yeah.
and just
Streetlight. That was fun.
buying hella CDs. And CDs were like fucking $17, $20. They
Dude,
were
and
expensive, dude.
Sam Goody was like 25. That place was
Yeah.
stupid. When it went out of business, I'm all good. It was the most expensive CDs in town. I never understood why anyone bought your crap.
Was that the one that used to be on Eastridge Mall?
It was.
Yeah.
It was there.
Yeah.
And then remember there used to be a Suncoast down on the bottom floor
Yeah.
in
I
Eastridge?
remember that
It
one.
was by the Macy's? I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
No, or is it
Yeah.
J.C. Penney? I think it might have been J.C. Penney. Downstairs by the J.C. Penney. That's where
Yeah, because the other
Suncoast.
one was the Sears on the other side.
Yeah, I think that's where the Macy's was.
Yeah,
By
and
the
Macy's
Sears,
was
right?
kind of like in the middle,
Yeah.
I think.
My dad used to work at Eastridge back in the day. He worked for Kinney Shoes.
Really?
My dad, which was before, I think they got bought out by Foot Locker.
Okay.
He might be correcting me when he listens to this later, but My dad is basically the real life Al Bundy.
Mm.
Well, without the 4 touchdowns, but I mean, yeah. So that was always been kind of the running joke when I was younger. Like my dad was kind of like Al Bundy because he was like a shoe salesman.
Yeah.
It
Funny.
always just made me laugh.
My dad's first job when he migrated to San Jose, he worked at Great America.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, like they were building Great America, and he was there like as helping with the landscaping.
Oh, cool. That's a lot of
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. So this is right before they built, like as they were building the park, and then that was my first job also when I turned 15.
Dude, that's
I was like,
cool.
yeah, I was a dude. That's a whole lot of different episodes of crazy shit I should have gone fired for.
Oh, dude, I know a lot of people that work there. After I learned who worked there and ran the rides, it made me feel like I never want to
One,
go on here ever again. I'm like, this guy wasn't even allowed to hold the basketball. How the hell is he running the log ride? People will die shortly.
and I just imagine us like just being, you're good.
Yeah, you're good. You're tall enough. You see his kid fly in the air. Well, all right, I'm gonna leave her home early.
Yeah, it's just like
Someone else will clean this up.
Kid.
Yeah,
yeah.
Walk it off. You're fine. The bone's supposed to stick out like that.
Stop crying, you wussy.
It's just a compound fracture. Get over it.
Yeah. No, dude. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny that you said that, your buddies working the rides. Because once I stopped working there, like in 2000 and like 1 or 2000, 2001, I think is when I stopped. I haven't gone back.
Well, and you know what? You went there so much, you probably don't even miss it.
No, I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
What? There's still certain songs that come up, and I get flashback. I get triggered, and I need to turn off the songs. No, it was like anytime like I'm chilling and like I'm listening to like Coit 96.5 or like
I love my adult contemporary hits.
I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even.
Wait, what song do you not love that's on there though that you're gonna say I want to hear it?
Like one that I hate is the let's hear it from the boy.
Oh,
let's give a boy a hand. Let's sing for my baby. Boom, skip. Like,
why they played that in Great America a lot?
They used to play in Great America. That and like
I know that one. Let's hear it for the boys.
Which other one they used to freaking like play that I still fucking can't stand?
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
Even though I like the song, Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams.
No, they didn't play that one. Or maybe they did.
Seems like they would. Maybe they did.
No,
That's a good one though.
No, but you know which one they played? The heat is on.
Oh, I actually like that song.
The street. Yeah.
I like the saxophone.
Yeah.
It's a hella goofy ass song.
Yeah. It's because they will play songs from because at the time it was still Paramount's Great America.
That's because it was song from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they'll play songs from like movies and shit.
Yeah, because dude, in what was it, the second one? No, the third one, right?
Yeah,
that's Great America.
That was in Great America.
They filmed it at Great America.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So like it's these songs like I'll like, I've been driving and I'll hear these songs and
like, nope.
Celebrate. Madonna Celebrate.
Holiday. When you sing it, it probably sounds more like from The Wedding Singer.
Oh, that's the one, and that's the version I love, actually.
Holiday.
I live in my sister's basement.
That's hella funny, dude. That's a really good movie.
Dude, that movie's freaking classic, timeless movie, dude. Steve
Buscemi in that movie.
Oh,
when he's the drunk best man,
the better man. No thanks to you, pops.
He's all he's all. And remember those girls we picked up? Well, I want to say they were prostitutes, but I don't remember paying.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like one of my favorite lines in that movie.
Yeah, dude. It's just ridiculous.
Such a train wreck. So good.
Well, I'm a human too, Pops.
Yeah.
You're a moron.
He's all, I'm a human too. I got feelings. He's all, you're a moron. You can tell. Doesn't he make a noise too? He's like, like he was about to cry. God, it's so good. Sandler
Uh,
movies are just so good.
oh, that's a great movie. But yeah, same like I hear those songs still like on 96.5 and I'm like I get flashback of being out there in the freaking sun like at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, 100 degrees, no one coming into the park, and I'm just like chilling there. I'm just like, what the fuck am I
That's
doing
it.
here right now?
Is
So
it
Great
time to
America, good times.
celebrate? No, but
Oh man.
we're gonna have a real good. Okay, I'm done. But
No, there's definitely songs that still come up and I'm like, oh, no more.
I am
No more.
such a weirdo with music. Like, I love such a wide range of music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my guilty pleasure really is adult contemporary music from like yesteryear.
Yeah.
I love yacht rock. I love fucking 80s power ballads, but not from like metal bands. I love them
Yeah.
like from the pop artists. Like I
Fucking
like Cyndi Lauper.
I was gonna say fucking Glory of Love.
Oh yeah, fucking
Dude. Our hair movement, who will
oh
fight
yeah, that's
for
what's his name from Chicago? Peter
coming
Cetera.
forever. Yeah. No one too good. And then
Oh dude, yeah, that's from Karate Kid.
yeah, Karate Kid. What was the song though from You know it's true.
Oh, that's
Everything I
I do it
do.
for you. That's Bryan Adams.
That's Brian Adams.
Dude, he was good.
Do it
He's the
for me.
Canadian Springsteen basically.
I have one of his records.
He's really good. One of my
I ha-
favorite songs by Bryan Adams is a little song called "Run to You."
mm-hmm.
Really good song.
All right.
It's a
I haven't
jam.
given that album a spin in forever, so I'll give it a little whirl.
He's a nice guy. He's really humble. I've never met him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You know, I always liked Eddie Money too. It's a
Oh, Eddie
shame I
Money
couldn't
is one of
fucking,
my fucking favorites.
and it's a shame I couldn't go
So,
see him.
wait, did you ever get to see him?
No, I had multiple chances,
Yeah, at
but I
the
never, even for
boardwalk.
free in Santa Cruz, I never
I
had a
know.
chance.
So I've seen him a few times at the boardwalk. Oh my
Yeah.
God, he's so funny.
Hmm.
I remember he was talking about one time he was just up there bullshitting and he was just like, yeah, my grandson works at the Safeway down the street. I was just like, why are you telling everyone?
Yeah.
It's just, and he was just being funny. He's just funny. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like he was old and senile. He's just being funny. Like it is a funny thing to talk about.
It's because I think artists like that never take themselves like 100% serious. They take their art serious,
Yeah.
but they'll take themselves. Because I remember he was doing like those commercials also for Geico or whatever.
Yeah.
He was doing that commercial where it was
Yeah.
like,
2 tickets to paradise.
yeah,
I got two
two
tickets to
tickets to
paradise. Like
paradise.
Eddie
It's like,
Money.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember like that episode of him coming out in the King of
Oh
Queens.
yeah. When he had all that
That's
money to waste.
Yeah, and so they have Eddie Money playing for like 3 hours, and
Yeah.
all he
And then he gets
complains the
bored and then he just
shake
sends him
it.
home.
Whoa,
All right. That's enough. Like, doesn't he
yeah,
cut him off? All right,
here,
get out of here. You
just take
gotta
the
go.
money.
You gotta go. Because I think Carrie was coming home.
Yeah, and they still got he still got in trouble.
Yeah.
It's just like the
Dude, King of
greatest
Queens
part.
is one of my favorite shows.
Oh, so underrated. That show is so underrated,
The
dude.
best character on the show, hands down, is Arthur.
Yeah.
The dad, Jerry Stiller, is just so hilarious on that
Was
show.
he also a victim of the 2020 plague, or did he die before?
No, no, no. He died before, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe so. I think he died. I want to say he died 2019.
Last year? Because I know Eddie Money died last year.
Yeah, but Eddie Money had cancer. He died. He
Yeah.
was sick. He died well before COVID. Because he died in August or something last year, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he died in September because I remember I
Or
was
maybe it
on
was
my way. I
September.
was driving up to Vegas, and it broke on the news that like on the radio that Eddie Money passed away. And I'm
God,
like,
that was
oh,
you know what? You're right. That was a hard month for me last year.
it
I lost
it
my mom
was
and
for
Eddie Money
everybody,
in the same month, and most people be
bro.
like, Eddie Money is not as that's true, but he was a major part of my childhood musically. I
Yeah,
really grew up with Eddie Money music.
yeah, but I think it was around the same time maybe like a week or two after your mom passed away.
Yeah,
So
I was like, dude,
yeah.
I was like, really?
Hey, you know what's crazy? Jerry Springer, or
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, not Jerry Springer.
Jerry
Jerry
Stiller.
Stiller Passed away
Jerry
May
Springer.
11th, 2020.
Yeah, but he was so well. Who knows? Who knows
He
what it
was old.
was?
Oh,
But you know what? I don't think it was COVID. I don't think they
no,
said
he
the
was
cause of death
definitely
was COVID
he was
either.
old. He was born in 1927. He was 92.
Ah, that's old. That is old. He was really funny in Heavyweights.
Oh, oh God.
Remember, he's the camp owner.
And he goes, "Let me give you a tip, guys.
Never
Don't
let
ever
it.
have
Yeah, they
your
sign your checks. Dude, I'm so glad you said that because I love when he's angry. Oh, his little
Yeah.
angry outbursts. That's like one of the best things
Mhm.
he does.
Oh, I always loved when he came out in The Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, dude, I gotta rewatch that movie because I saw it so long ago. I forgot it.
And he picks up um what's the son's name? I can't forget.
Ben Stiller, right?
Ben Stiller. God,
Yeah.
yeah. So he picks up Ben Stiller's character and he goes, come on, son. Bitches be tripping. You know that.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
just
Didn't it
like
show
just
his like
hearing that
fake saggy
yeah.
balls in that movie or something?
He what?
Didn't it show like Jerry Stiller's fake balls in the hot tub or something in that movie? I remember.
Maybe. I don't know.
Isn't that weird? That's the only thing I remember.
It
Whatever.
just is that movie is like
What are you
it's
gonna
pretty
do?
funny. Also, I gotta
I
say.
remember it being like super perverted.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wasn't that?
because
It was a
I know
Fairly Brothers
there's
movie
like
too,
this.
right?
Yeah, because there's a sex scene, and the main character's new wife goes, "Fuck me like a black man," and,
Oh, that's
and the
right.
character doesn't know what to do. So fuck me like a black man. It's like I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that would turn me off because I'm all. Well, first of all, that's impossible.
Like what? Like that's borderline racist. Like
It's not borderline.
it is.
It is very, very much so an ignorant thing to say. Because
Yeah.
one, you're not only denouncing the person you're with for not being that color, but then you're also just,
Mhm.
I don't know what I'm going with this, but what I'm saying is it's just weird.
Don't
Like,
say that.
you don't say, fuck me like a Puerto Rican to a Mexican man. You just
Mm.
don't say that.
I
Even if he's
haven't been in the
half.
room. I haven't been in the room to see a Puerto Rican have intercourse.
Well, and usually when it happens, there's a knife pressed to your back. But
That's
you
a
know,
different story.
you normally
That's a
don't
different
hear it
story.
either. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, that's a different story though.
A West Side Story. Were they Puerto Rican in that? I think they were.
I've never seen it.
Well, it was New York, and there's a lot of Puerto
Mm.
Ricans in New York.
I mean, if it's New York,
Florida's
it's like an
Cuba.
80% chance that there might be Puerto Rican.
Jamaican and Puerto Ricans make up a decent number, I believe, in New York. But you got to think that's also
Living in harmony, just
that's
like
the cultures though. The Caribbean is right down there.
yeah,
Anyway,
they're all
nice
from the same
geography
area.
lesson from me.
Yeah.
So, what was the whole point of today? I think we were gonna go over like things we can do in the fall because we were mentioning
Oh,
it's
right,
cold.
yeah.
I enjoy the cold though because one, it's like you can always bundle up and it's
Mhm.
comfy. And as you and me know, we like our like. I mean, I'm sure I don't know about you, but I love rainy day music, which to me
Oh,
is
dude.
like, I don't know. What's your rainy
100%,
day
dude.
music?
I have a rainy day playlist.
Nice. Did you
And
make
it's
it, or
like
is it already like a pre-made rainy day playlist?
no, I kind of make like I kind of know like which artist I'm going to listen
Yeah.
to when if it's raining. I'm not going to listen freaking
What's
Metallica.
yeah, like what's the like? You don't have to like name a like. What's the genre? Like acoustic.
Acoustic and soft rock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Coldplay's definitely in it.
that makes sense. Chris
Yeah.
Martin's got a pretty soothing voice.
Mm-hmm.
John Mayer,
Yeah.
Nora Jones is on there for me for rainy day music, like kind of jazz, slow.
Mm-hmm. Sade.
Oh, Sade, yeah.
Sade, I'm
Fuck
sorry.
yeah,
Oh, fucking poser.
it's okay. I got you. I picked you up.
Thank you.
Never leave a man behind.
Who else do I have in there? Um I have like Alkaline Trio, but not like kind of like the more mellows, not like the super fast thing.
Yeah,
Because
kind of like how you could pick some Incubus songs.
yeah, Incubus is in it too.
Some
Like
of them.
Drive.
Not you. You wouldn't want to
Whatever.
do. Yeah, you would do Drive and like more like
Yeah.
Wish You Were. No, even Wish You Were Here is pretty heavy. Never mind. You're right. Drive.
Yeah.
Train. That's a good
Um.
band.
Yeah. Train. Some like Maroon 5.
Oh, dude, perfect. Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
talking like songs about Jane era kind of for my
Yeah.
rainy day
Yeah.
because they were a lot more like they were like really funky on that record,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I didn't respect it at the time because I was in high school.
Mhm.
It was a very
But when
poppy girl band kind of thing.
yeah.
But then I grew out of
I,
that, and now I'm like, damn, that's a really good record.
yeah, like I at first I didn't like Coldplay because I was, oh, I'm fucking punk rock. Look at me, they're not
Yeah.
this fucking stuff. And then like that only lasted like maybe 2 or 3 months until like I actually like got a hand of like the copy of their album. I listened to it, like that Parachute album,
Oh, is
and I was
that the
like,
one
this
that had
song's fucking,
yellow on
this
it?
is fucking amazing, huh?
Or is that before yellow?
No, it's the one that has like yellow in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
like
wrote a
yellow and
song for Danny.
yeah. There's this song there called Sparks. That's like my freaking favorite song.
Sparks.
It comes out in Wedding Singer. Not the Swings. No, I'm sorry, Wedding Crashers. And
Okay.
like that comes. There's a scene where Rachel McAdams character is kind of falling in love with
Was it Owen Wilson?
Owen Wilson's character. So she's kind of like walking down the hallway, and there's like this very like soft melodic song playing.
Okay.
That's the song. But yeah, I definitely have my rainy day, you know, songs if I'm gonna
Doesn't
be
it just
driving.
but doesn't it, like doesn't it put you in a comfy mood?
It does.
And I don't think it's all the music. It's the whole mindset when it's cold. We
Yeah.
understand we're gonna be inside and we're okay with it. In the summertime when we're inside, we get a little cabin fever.
Yeah.
But in the wintertime, you're like, well, where else am I gonna be? I'm thankful
Yeah.
I'm somewhere warm. See?
Yeah.
So it's like weird that we trick our minds to being a little more accepting.
Yeah. And it's like the mindset because if it's the summertime I'm driving, I'm not gonna listen to like these mellow ass music. I'm not gonna listen to
Yeah.
freaking Ed Sheeran and singing, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna listen to that kind of stuff. I'm not
We're
gonna
gonna
listen to
listen to it.
Dashboard. It's gonna be like ska. It's gonna be like metal. It's gonna be
Yeah,
like
something upbeat.
Metallica because I just want to go fast. You know.
Yeah. I live
Um,
fast, man. I do it all fast.
I live fast. I live live in the fast lane, doing 65.
65. I get honked at a lot. Everyone
That's
drives
why.
around me.
That's why I go to the right.
So
I can't drive.
55. I met Sammy Hagar once. No, I didn't. And that's a perfect segue because it's a lie into what we're going to talk about.
There you go.
Um I looked up Apple. No, I can't even talk. I gave away the first one that I was going to talk about. I looked
Mhm.
up activities to do in the fall during COVID because guys, they're dialing back dining. We need a
Mhm.
plan for another lockdown
Lockdown.
realistically.
Yeah.
Just get your mind ready. No one wants it, but let's be realistic. We kind of assumed Christmas season was going to be weird this year.
Mhm.
So we're just going to have to figure it out. Lockdown doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in the house, but I definitely think it means social distancing for sure.
Mhm.
So I was thinking like, okay, what's good thing? Because you got to get out of the house. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
You got to get some fresh air. You don't need to be sneezing on people or coughing and breathing on people, but you got to go out for walks. And, go by yourself. Go with, obviously with people that you live with maybe and whatever. Follow the rules, but
Mhm.
you got to get some fresh air and clear that head. So
Yeah.
we also looked up some things you can do that are COVID accepted. Number one is we're not gonna go through all of them. We're just picking and choosing. But I'm picking
Yeah.
some ones I like. I'm picking some that I think are silly, and we're gonna pick some of these apart. So the one I first saw was, excuse me,
Yeah.
the one I first saw was go apple picking.
Mm.
Now you know what? I went cherry picking once. It was fun, but apple picking is one there. I mean, how many times are you gonna want to go apple picking?
How many fucking apples are you gonna eat? I
Well, so
mean,
that's the thing that Steph said because me and my son Vincent, we really love apples, but even we're like, you can go pick 10 pounds, but dude, you're gonna have to make pies. So I told her, I said, that's what you do. You make applesauce. You probably make apple pie
yeah,
because you can't just fucking eat. I mean, there's no way.
yeah, no, and that's I was gonna say like, well, I mean, if you're gonna make pie for like the holidays or something, you
You
can
know,
definitely get that.
and apple pie is fucking delicious.
I love apple pie.
It's one of my favorites, and it's an American staple.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I've been wanting to go and like apple picking.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, just full disclosure. But I feel like you have to go with a partner. You know, it's one of those romantic things that you have to do with your
Well, it
family,
can
like
be
your family or
romantic, but
your
I
own
feel
pet.
like it's more or less just more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's just like
I don't
it's a
think
cool
anyone's
thing to
gonna.
do.
No one's gonna judge you though.
If
You
I go by
probably.
myself to pick apples,
I think it's just you would feel an inferiority complex.
yeah, I think so. But that's
But I
always
understand
something I always
why.
want to
I
do.
I understand why you would feel that way because I feel like there's certain things I'm kind of iffy about.
Hmm.
Sometimes I get weird feelings when I do anything by myself
Yeah,
because you're always just feeling like. Because when you're with a group, chances are, unless you're an angry mob, you're probably just a normal person. But I feel like when
yeah,
you're by yourself, everyone kind of feels like the jury's not out on you yet. Like, and that's how I am with people too. When I'm out in public and I just see one person, I'm all like, all right,
hmm.
is this dude normal or is he scheming?
Like what's going on with this guy right now?
Yeah, like, all right, all right, all right, all right. He's casing something. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like you go, but that's part of, us being
yeah.
smart,
And it's, I
you
mean,
know?
it all comes down to like the whole point of this podcast, which is like social or like having mental um
Awareness.
awareness, I guess, and just like anxiety kicking in or like your mind playing, thinking that people are thinking something
Like
or whatever.
Scarface, mind playing tricks on you.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something I always wanted to do. But I mean, I don't know how to make pies. So, step one is finding somebody who knows how to make apple pie because that
And
sounds
the
fucking
hardest
amazing.
part, I believe the hardest part is the crust making.
Mm-hmm.
Some people buy their own, but I heard the best way to do it is just make it.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, dude, because those crusts, that sit on the shelf, they have to put so much
Yeah.
crap like preservatives in it so it doesn't go
Mm-hmm.
bad. And
Yeah.
food with preservatives in it tastes like shit, dude. I hate
Yeah.
it. It tastes so like just not real. It's like, God, this tastes like crap.
Yeah.
It's like a fig Newton. Stupid.
Yeah.
What's
No,
one of those
and
things?
I mean, if you're gonna put organic, if you're gonna do it by hand already, might as well just make the crust by hand. Then again, I'm not doing it, so who I am
Right.
to
So pay
judge?
someone else to do it. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's worth it. Did one of these pop out at you that you wanted to?
Yeah. Let me look at the. So I mean, number two, take a hike.
I wish there was an exclamation point after hike.
Take a
Take
hike.
a
Like so
hike.
90s. I'm like, okay, I kind of do that. But one that really like stood out to me was like, man, this is freaking corny.
Right, right.
Was number 10, trading your sandals for a cute pair of boots. I'm like,
Why?
first off,
Yeah.
first off,
It's not applicable
first
for
off,
being you.
I felt so judged because I've been wearing nothing but sandals this whole week. I'm not leaving my house. I'm always like in sandals. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, maybe I should buy some cute boots. And I'm like, wait, why the fuck would I want to wear boots like inside the house? Like, no, I'm sticking with my sandals
This
for
is for
now.
wearing outside, Danny.
Yeah, all right, all
I don't
right.
know.
But like, I mean, I have boots. In fact, they're here. They're right here. See?
Oh yeah, those are nice.
Let's see. I
Little
got my little.
little
There we
fancy
go.
little.
Yeah, a little fancy, with a little. Wear my little skinny jeans. I like think I look sassy with them.
Yeah.
But
Well, those are your cute boots.
those make. But I feel like I always. I'll see. I'll,
Look, man.
maybe I'll trade them for cute boots. Maybe I'll wear them on
You
Friday
got any
if I go
cowboy
out.
boots?
No, that's up Juan's territory. I don't have.
You don't go
cowboy
full on
boots.
ranchero style.
No, but you know what? Um, I was thinking moving to the south, and I was like, if I was gonna move to the south, like again, the great state of Texas. Texas is a big deal today for some reason with me. I was gonna buy like boots, like cowboy
Yeah,
boots. I already have like those jean jackets with like the fur inside the you know which
Jean
ones I'm
with the
talking about?
fur.
Yeah.
Danny's wearing boots. No, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna
Fucking.
embrace the whole cowboy thing and just embarrass my partner.
I
'Cause
mean, I still think you should do it.
hell,
Get some lime
maybe I'll
green boots.
maybe I'll go apple picking with like a full on cowboy suit, or like jean pants and like those jean jackets and like a hat and shit.
I
Don't judge
mean,
me.
no, I don't know. I think you need to be all denim though. Like
Oh, I mean,
you
it
have
has to be
to be like
denim.
a Canadian tuxedo, as they would say.
Yeah, it has to be all denim. Like that's not
And you
even
gotta smoke reds.
yeah.
Gotta
I mean,
stink.
it has to be.
Don't you can't take showers anymore either.
All right.
Yeah, it's part of
No,
the
but that
rules.
one's definitely stick out. And some of the stuff is really freaking corny. Like,
Oh, dude, check this one
go,
out.
okay, go for it.
This one I just want to do for me and you. Get everyone the same fun back to school notebooks and supplies.
Yeah,
How
that
cool
was
is
like,
that? Where are we going with this list at this point? Because the whole point of this is to say, and I have a drumstick, the whole point of this is that it's things to do during COVID. And, okay, pick out a new cozy sweater. You could really just do that anytime.
yeah,
Get everyone some fun back to school notebooks. Now you're trying to tell me the fun thing I can do is to go back to school shopping with my kid?
yeah. For
Ugh.
us, we weren't even gonna start school in the beginning of
You know what? Just
fall.
lock it down now. I'm not doing
Yeah.
this anymore.
Oh, you know which one was freaking ridiculous? Boo your neighbors by sneaking little treats to their doorsteps.
Wait.
I'm
Where's that one?
sorry. It's number 27.
Boo your, boo your neighbors by sneaking little treats to their doorstep. What
Here's the
does
thing. When
boo
I
your
read that,
neighbors mean?
when I read that, I'm like, if somebody left little fucking pieces of like
Would you
Snickers, I'm
eat it?
like, I'm not gonna fucking open that and eat that.
No.
Like, I'm gonna be like, oh, who left this candy? Oh, might as well eat it. No, that's how you get fucking poison, and that's how
Yeah.
they kidnapped you. If my fucking neighbor is leaving treats in my doorstep with a, I don't trust that
How many
motherfucker.
people do you know that got
Like,
kidnapped, though?
wait, what happened?
I said, how many people do you know that have been kidnapped? And I hope the answer is zero. But you're like, two, asshole. What?
No, but unfortunately I grew up in the
Oh,
late
God.
'80s in LA, where it was super dangerous, and then
No, I
Mexicans have
got
always
you.
been paranoid.
No,
So
no,
we're
no.
always
It's good, and I got you. It just made me laugh. I wanted to give you a little
like,
shit.
yeah,
I'm all,
like
what
this
the fuck,
motherfucker.
Danny?
How many people do you know have been kidnapped?
Like, don't hang out with that guy. Whenever you hang out with Danny, someone gets kidnapped.
I just I just imagine like those like in the cartoons where they have like the big ass box with the stick. It's just like a little trail of
Oh yeah,
candy,
like a
just like
trap.
going, oh yeah, and just some
Pull the
freaking
string.
creep.
Yeah,
Yeah, pull the
dude.
string.
No, it is creepy, and well, dude, and I forgot. It's just such a negative thought, but even during Halloween, I was thinking, I'm like, dude, Halloween is probably like Christmas for pedophiles.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I could just sit at home and they come to my house. Like,
And then
jeez,
I
man, when
can
you
be
think
like,
about these things,
ooh,
see, and I never thought
oh,
about that. And then once I became like a dad,
yeah.
it's like you can't stop thinking about things like that because you're always worried about
Dude,
your kids.
imagine that dude who's passing out candy and going, oh, what a strong fireman. You can come over and put out my fire
Oh, dude, if
anytime.
any of my neighbors said that, I would be in jail right now.
Yeah, you would fuck them up his ass
I,
up.
at least,
Yeah.
at least. I don't take kindly to that stuff, man. As
No.
most people don't. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, dude, no. And then I mean, it's man, it's like when you're a kid, you have no idea how fucked up the world is. And you
Mm-mm.
just like Halloween to you is just literally you getting to dress up and hang out with your family, right?
Yeah,
And
and
then when you
getting
grow
free
up, you're like,
candy.
man, Devil's Night. You know what I mean? Like the night before
Yeah.
Halloween where everyone does all the crazy shit. I was a little disappointed with Devil's Night this year. I thought there was going to be some arson fires in Oakland. I mean, I don't know what the hell, but I guess the Bay Area decided to get their shit together. So,
Mm-hmm.
not really happy about it. But I feel like we're definitely going to have more riots next year and things are going to pick up. So, we'll
Yeah.
be back to normal.
No, it's just hopefully. I mean, I was having this conversation with somebody, and I'm like, a lot of people are looking at 2021 as the savior. Like, oh, once 2021 starts, like everything's gonna go away. And no, like,
That's such a
you
weird
know,
way of thinking. Like, why is that the way of thinking? Is it because it's a round number?
I don't know. They're
Doesn't
like,
make any
oh,
sense.
2020, once New Year's, we're gonna kick the hell out of this
Yeah,
year and
because
never turn back. I'm like, no, the damage has been done. They're gonna be thinking about this year and the year before and the years before that.
well,
Like,
yeah. No matter what you believe, which is either that we're in a political fiasco. Well, that's not really a debate, but some people are more worried about politics than they are COVID. Some people are
yeah,
more worried about COVID than they are politics. Both things aren't going to make our lives any easier.
mm-mm.
And both things are definitely going to affect us next year as well, for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I got a weird, yeah, I didn't want to get political, but yeah, I just think that with all the crazy stuff that's going on with this election, there's going to be a lot of people that are freaking out. There's a lot of people already that are like that, and then there's going to be more depending on how things turn out. And I really hope we don't do more of these riots and things because it's just not going to get anything done and solved. But you know, I don't know. I worry about my friends and stuff that are in like downtown areas, and
Yeah,
that's what sucks, man. Because I'm
yeah,
tucked away.
yeah.
Stockton will go crazy, but they're crazy all the time. So
I mean, that's the jungle that
that's
Axl Rose was talking
209.
about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of sad. Like last week, like driving to downtown and seeing all these businesses like boarding up and like putting, anticipating some sort of like mayhem. And I'm like,
Right.
really, is that the state that we live in right now? Just the state of fear of like
Pretty much. If we don't
fear of
fear each
people
other,
doing,
we fear the fucking system.
yeah, fear of people just doing stupid shit.
Well, that's what they're grooming us to do. They want us to be
Hmm.
scared of they want us to be scared of everything and they want us to be scared of each other.
Yeah.
Because when you're scared of each other, you're not going to work together. So,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
another one I thought was kind of dumb because it's really only applicable for like every 4 or 2 years.
Oh,
Vote.
I know. It's the vote with the explanation
Like,
point.
yeah, okay, great, good point, but this is an election year. What about next year?
Yeah.
Nope, do it anyway.
What about those people who cannot vote?
What, like dead people? No, even they
Well, I was gonna
vote.
say like no. If you saw Black Sheep, some of them turned up and voted. But
That's what I mean.
no, like the like underage or those who are not
Oh,
U.S.
I see what you're
citizens and
saying. You're
stuff like
still
that.
saying like
Yeah,
that's not an applicable thing for everyone that isn't over the age of 18.
yeah,
I got you. Yeah, that's true too. It's like, especially since this is kind of making it seem like it's a family thing.
yeah,
Where are you gonna bring your kids? Yeah, bring them to the polling place, especially
yeah. With
during
freaking
COVID.
COVID.
Especially during
Yeah,
COVID. Thanks, Real Simple. Yes, we just outed where we were reading this from. It doesn't matter.
dude. And you know what was crazy? Okay, fall activities during COVID. The whole point of this is being safe. Like everybody voted by mail here in California because because of COVID.
Right.
So I don't know, like it doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, go and vote, but but do it by mail or what?
Yeah, well, dude, no, this whole year hasn't made sense, man.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone's talking about protesting and saying, regardless of what you believe, regardless, I got into it with some of my family. I got into some of my friends. They say no, protesting is for the better good, but I'm like, no, I think survival is much more important
Really
than
good.
that because without that, there is no freedom and there is no anything because you're just dead.
Yeah.
So I was always confused because I'm like, I understand the social climate, I understand the need for change, but I just don't think it's the platform when everyone's fearing death.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is the platform, then maybe we shouldn't be fearing this. And you know what I mean? It was just a lot of skepticism. I was getting a lot of things that were contradicting what everyone's been saying, along with what I feel like a lot of people feel, which is, we're either all in on this or we're not in at all. It doesn't make sense. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we're either dealing with a pandemic or we're dealing with a fallacy. And I
Yeah.
don't know, people that say the fallacy are still considered crazy, but there's been so much proof going against it as well. It's so creepy, and our news stream is so untrustworthy. It's hard, man. It's hard to know where to responsibly look some of this information up.
Like
So
honestly, at this point, to get like a responsible information, like you were saying,
yeah,
you literally have to see like two or three different
yeah,
media
and then
sources.
maybe choose what you think, or you still have to use your best
Yeah.
judgment for sure.
Because even if like for me, I used to say like, oh well, I'll just look at like an out of the country, like a BBC or something,
Or yeah, yeah, like Al Jazeera or something.
Yeah, like something that is not in the United States. But
Right.
even then, I'm like, well, no, because there's still affiliations and shit. You don't
Oh,
know
for
what the
sure, dude. BBC
yeah.
BBC is just as corrupt as any of our news channels over here. They just seem more fair, and I think the only reason they seem more fair is because I think they're just better about showing world stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the United States, we're very, 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 very concentrated on what's going on where we are,
Yeah.
i.e., the election week, where
Mm-hmm.
any news channel was just covering the election. Like, the whole world doesn't do anything when it's a American presidential election. Everything else stops and it's just America dealing with the election. So it just gave me a bad taste in my mouth when the only news we had for like 5 straight days was speculatory election results. If you don't have any information or facts, talk about something you do have facts on. And there probably are things going on in the world. Our journalism this year has been very, very much TMZ times 1,000. It's not even about honesty and awareness. It's become money and just what sells slash who's paying for this article. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
super whack, man. It's hard to know. I'm looking forward to something to come up, that'll kind of be the independent um, catalyst to maybe invoke change or give us something to look through. Because let's admit it, man, Fox and CNN, no matter how you stand politically, no one's really happy with any of these network news channels anymore.
No.
It's pretty clear that they're very, very much incentivized by their owners, and I think the American people, I think for the most part, we just want honesty. We want transparency. Maybe not 100% because no government is 100% transparent with their citizens. But I think we can all agree we're definitely going down the road of like supreme censorship, which is kind
Yeah.
of nerve wracking.
And not only that, but it's also like no supreme censorship also, but it's um like what is the ultimate outcome or what's the ultimate
Yeah.
goal of these like people? Like I was having this conversation with somebody. I'm like, well, if you think about it, the far left and the far right, if you really want to get to like far extremists, they're both of their like they have the same goal. Like for me, in my personal opinion, a person's far left, I guess the ultimate far left kind of ideology would be like like kind of like anarchy, like no government or
Yeah, and see
you
that's the
know,
difference between and the far left is different than liberal
yeah,
cuz left is like extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think liberalism is a little more similar to what we're dealing with in America.
Yeah.
Because
And
leftist is
then
crazy. That's like you said, communism, anarchy, kind of.
yeah, and then on the far right, that's the same thing I was thinking. Like, well, you know, if you don't want big government and you don't want and you want like, you know, as little interaction with the government in the daily life, like that's borderline anarchy too.
Uh,
And
in a way, it can
yeah,
be, but it isn't in their world because I understand the mindset a little more because the whole idea is we're self sufficient and responsible.
yeah,
It's not I don't need it and I don't know what to do. It's I don't need it because I know what to do.
yeah.
So it's like a
So
more
it's self,
self-sufficient,
s-
self-responsible kind of
yeah,
attitude.
self govern and stuff.
Right. Whereas I mean you're right, it could turn into that, but
Yeah,
the mindset behind them is more like I don't need you telling me what to do when I already am doing it and I can do it and I don't need you to and there's a
yeah,
lot of me that affiliates with that mindset because I don't like being micromanaged by anything,
yeah.
including a government. So
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that, but I also do enjoy having I do enjoy having some government involvement with some stuff because it's
We
nice to
thrive in
have some.
structure.
Yeah, we do. And it's nice to have some stuff that helps you out every once in a while. Like clearly we abuse a lot of our welfare and unemployment in this country, but
Yeah.
it is nice to have that for when the situation arises with you and you never know.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna definitely be happy you have 50% of your income back, better than
Yeah.
zero. You know. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's and that's why I'm middle because I feel like there's pieces of everything that need to build what we need and it's really not one side because none of us think one way, none of us even think two ways, so it's kind of crazy when I think that you only have two options to politically view things and I'm like, no, politics are so open. I have as many options as I want. I just conceivably only have two candidates that
Mm-hmm.
I can choose from.
Yeah, and I think that's the other thing that is our problem is that our government is set up for this, you know, the two-party system, which
Yeah.
obviously is gonna have to change soon.
It's definitely not working.
No,
Now, dude, this
and
election is a great example of it. Neither candidate was really who anyone wants. I mean,
yeah,
don't get me wrong. There are people on both sides that support them clearly. They're Trump
hmm
supporters, they're Biden supporters. But I know a lot of people that are kind of like admitting that like they don't like Biden, they just don't like Trump. So it's
yeah,
like once again we're just picking shitty options because that's all we feel like we have.
no,
Also, half the people in the United States vote. So I wonder what would happen. But once that's if you believe they count the votes. But
yeah,
if you believe they count the votes, then if half the other, if the whole country or even 70% of the country voted, and 20 and maybe 30 or 40% voted independent, that would be amazing because right now it's
hmm
almost like 1% or 2 or like
yeah,
5% of the vote is, which still is growing, but I don't know, man. I feel like some people get in a position with voting that they either are intimidated to go with what's being like the popular thing. Like in California, I bet you there's a lot of people that if they are Trump supporters, they probably feel like super nervous because if you were a Trump supporter and you were voting, and someone, I mean, clearly, thank God it's confidential because I could imagine, I can already see people trying to bully and start shit against someone like that.
hmm
And then vice versa, like in a red state, if
yeah,
you're voting for Biden, they're going to, it's so weird that we have this like kinship with things we have no relationship to. Like,
no,
hardly any of us have a career in politics. Hardly any of us understand or break bread with people like that. Yet we have
yeah,
this weird, like almost like rock star obsession.
and not only that, but I feel like it's this big like us versus them, you know. And one thing I always say is like, well, it feels like, you know, Biden won. Okay, one example. Biden won, and everyone's like, "Oh, thank God we got him out." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it becomes like, "Oh, look at us, we won." Blah blah blah
Oh
blah.
God, I know I hate that too. We won shit. Oh.
Yeah, and then vice versa. Like when Trump won, they're like, "Oh, we," and they like, "Oh, we're like, it felt good to be like in the bad boy side or something." Like,
Yeah.
you know, and I get that, but I'm like, at the end of the day, it's not a fucking sports competition. This is like this is people who are gonna like make decisions and who are gonna like be huge influences on what we do and like how we live in the next 4 years. Like it
Yeah.
shouldn't be treated like a sports match or something.
No, and you know what? I was telling Steph this, and I think it's an interesting point that I coined for my own point. But like,
Allow me to
let
allow
me just
myself
pat
to
myself on the
introduce
back. Yeah.
myself. Yeah.
No, but I was telling her, I said, we spend more time researching first round draft picks in this country for football than we
Mm-hmm.
do presidential candidates.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even just the citizens level fault. It is partially that we don't read and do our research and vote correctly. That's definitely on us. But the thing that I can't stand is just the fact that it's just not set up in a way where it feels like we're going to thrive anymore.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
You know, my biggest issue with when it becomes down to voting, like yes, you beat you. There's the presidential one, but then there's like your
Mm.
local electives
Yeah,
and your propositions and stuff.
propositions, yeah.
And the way the propositions are written, they're so confusing.
Well, that's the other thing I don't like is like why is it I understand things need to be like when it's on a like law level, it's kind of like a contract where it has to be worded a certain way because it's legally binding, whatever, maybe like that. But there's got to be a way exactly like what you're saying to instead of having to go and take a minor in law, in criminal law or something,
Yeah.
like it would be nice to kind of feel like you could read something without it like I don't trust paraphrasing. I don't trust like you know what I mean? Like if they're like
Mm-hmm.
this is the law, this is the prop, but and because I think they do this on the ballots, it's like this is the law, but then here's the 3 sentence version of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't want to read the 3 sentence version because if it's 20 fucking pages and this is 3 sentences, how much are you cutting out of this that
Yeah.
I'm agreeing to or disagreeing with?
And that's like that's why like when they send you the practice ballot or like the booklet, I like reading
Right,
like a yes vote means this, a no means that.
right.
And then like I forgot which proposition was for this last election where I'm like, fuck, well let me see who's supporting this. Literally like I had to look up to see who's supporting it. And I'm like, all right, well, okay, I'm okay with those groups and those interest groups. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, so like, yeah, you have to do the
yeah,
research, but I understand not everybody in my like I teach political science, so I'm like, you know, I go a little bit beyond, but I understand not everybody does that as well, and that's I think
right.
that's where like I don't know, it gets confusing, but it was a fun thing to do during COVID.
No, and dude, you probably learned a lot too because if I had to do something like that, I'd probably learn even more, and it's interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
just I'm looking forward to the American people figuring out that we're in a mess, like collectively, and
Mm-hmm.
working towards a solution instead of this. Oh, you don't support Biden, or oh, you don't support Trump. Fuck Biden, fuck Trump. We got bigger problems.
And I
We got
saw
to figure this out
somebody
together.
I saw a post saying left wing or right wing is still the same bird.
Yeah, you still need two to fly, kind of shit. Like
Yeah, and that's like,
it's like
yeah,
whatever.
just regardless if one person won, you still you need the other side also to kind of make this whole thing function.
Yeah, kind of an like a balance, right? But
Hmm.
uh
Our last thing about this is our system is not perfect. It's not perfect. No government system is ever perfect, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, we all support and fight because we love this country so much and we want to see this country succeed and grow. So I think that's why we're also so passionate about that.
True.
But
That's a good
yeah, I
point.
mean, and I know when I was talking about, like a couple years back, I would talk about my socialist idea or whatever. And I'm like, oh, why don't you go Venezuela if to see how they're go Cuba? And I'm like, why the fuck would I go Cuba or Venezuela? Like, I live in the United States. Like, I want,
Yeah.
is it unpatriotic because I want certain things to help my fellow Americans to live. But I mean, whatever. It's a completely different topic. But
No, I
yeah,
mean, that's the thing
at the end
that's
of the day,
hard.
I
Yeah.
love America.
Well, and that's the thing about America. We're a melting pot of ideas. We're a melting pot of people. So we're never quite going to understand what we need to do because this country was founded on criminals that didn't want to pay taxes anymore. And God bless
Yeah.
those people because if they did want to pay taxes, well, maybe you'd be cool, Danny, but I can tell you this, I'd just be under freaking the king's rule getting smacked with a shoe every 2 minutes.
Well, I mean,
Be stuck in England.
I'm a follower, so I'll be all about the king also. I'll be fucking whistling God Save the Queen every day.
No, I'm part
Um,
Irish though, so I think I'm meant to somewhat hate British people.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
Can we agree they're like the
I'm
Spanish, pretty much?
yeah, I'll be I'm like 40 something percent Spanish and then 38% Native American.
No, but what I'm
So,
saying is the English were like the Spanish. They pretty
yeah.
much like raped, did
Oh
all
yeah.
that shady shit.
Oh yeah. So,
Blame them too.
most definitely I'll be speaking with a lip
Oh, because
Spaniard.
you're Spaniard. Yes. Like
Yeah.
como estás.
Um yeah,
I don't
vosotros
like
and
that.
corazón.
I
Yeah,
don't, I
it'll
don't
be
like it. It
weird.
seems lazy. I want to be like, why don't you have a cafe? Why don't you just stop acting like a little bish,
The bish.
a little
It'll
biff,
be like
a little
like a
biff,
fez. It'll sound like fez. You son of a bish.
you son of a bish. By the way, what nationality was Fez? They never revealed it, did
They
they?
never revealed it,
But
but
you just know
Wilmer
Wilmer
Valderrama is
Valderrama. Oh, I was gonna
Colombian.
say Venezuelan, so South American. Yes,
Yeah, he's definitely South American. I
he
want to say he's
seemed.
Colombian.
Yeah, he probably is, dude. Okay, so I got annoyed at the guys at my work. It's
Okay.
Colombian related because of the name of the strain of weed.
Mm.
So obviously, I know how to pronounce Medellin for a few reasons. One,
Uh-huh.
the main reason is Entourage exposed me to more. I knew more. I learned more about Pablo Escobar via Entourage than I probably would have learned on my own. But
Yeah.
then I knew about it. Whatever. I looked it up. It's the fucking cocaine capital of the world. But what pisses me off is how many of my coworkers call it Medellin or Medellin, and I'm all, dude, it's the Aya, like 2 L's, dude. I took 3 years of Spanish. I only passed one. But let me tell you something. I learned some shit. No, but it's like it bothers me and because what bothers me is I tell them, and it's probably because this white boy doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right, what the fuck
But
this guy
but you
knows?
know what? Fuck you. And second of all, when I tell you it's pronounced Medellin and I explain why, then you go and I still hear you telling the customer it's Medellin, and I'm like, I get irritated. But then I got really annoyed at one of my coworkers because way to enforce white privilege and shit. But he literally was like, I explained to him why it was. He's a why is it
Medellin.
Medellin? I'm all, it's Medellin. 2 L's make a yes sound, right? So
Yeah.
well, it's Colombia. It's Pablo Escobar. It's where he's from, right? Blah blah blah. Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. And then 5 minutes later, the dude goes, word for word, this way he said to me. He's like, I mean, it doesn't even make sense. They didn't even spell it right. That's not even how you pronounce it. I said, yeah, you're right. So why don't you just go tell the whole country of Colombia they don't know how to spell?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what? And I started
Yo,
laughing. I'm all, this is the most ignorant, stupid fucking thing I've ever heard. Like, because you don't understand it or know about it, it's got to be wrong.
yeah.
It's like, Jesus,
How
dude. That's
how
such a.
American and title is that
That
though?
is the epitome of American scum. And
Yeah.
it's like, that's
Oh,
what
they
people
spelled
are
it
telling.
wrong. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, how much shit do you know how to spell?
I'm sorry nobody else speaks American.
Yeah, where's your
Sorry
spelling bee plaque?
yeah, sorry the world's not catered to for your language only.
Which, by the way, if you don't know how to pronounce something, how can you say that it's not spelled properly?
Yeah.
You don't even understand how it's phonetically how you sound it out, you dummy.
Yeah.
It just bothers me. But it's like, once again, I guess it's the one thumbs up about growing up in a diverse, cultured area and having
Hmm.
different friends that aren't just all like honky tonks. But it's like, it goes with any race. I feel like if you just grow up with your race, it's always going to be culturally a little strange and stuff when you meet up with someone else. But
Yeah.
I just was super disappointed with my coworkers because some of them are half Latino and still didn't know that, and I'm like, that's just very
Like,
odd to
come on, man.
me,
That's just
very weird, especially
like
with
the
especially with the Narcos. We are the Narcos generation, dude. How many Narcos shows do we have? How
oh
obsessed are we with drug movies? Like, how can you not know Medellin? I mean, Narcos, Mexico, Narcos, for God's sakes.
yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I need to watch Narcos and I need to watch Narcos Mexico. I heard both are really good.
I've never seen. I've seen like okay, highlight. I've seen like maybe one or two episodes of Narco Mexico, because I know Diego Luna comes out in it.
And Michael Pena's
Uh,
in it too.
yeah, Michael Peña's in it too. But that's about it. I've never really seen a
Oh, but
lot of that.
does Juan like that
Oh,
show?
he loves it,
Okay,
one
it
hundred
makes
percent.
sense why he'd be into it.
But at the same time, like, I guess I'm not really into it because, like, I don't know. I think I kind of
You
I
already know
already
the
know
story?
about that
Right,
culture.
right, right,
You
right.
know, I know about it. Living. When they bring up like certain countries or certain regions of Mexico, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what they're talking about. Or
Right.
yeah, I know that name. That
Uh-huh.
name comes up. So it's kind of like I kind of understand. Like, why the fuck would I want to go see a movie
Yeah.
about 9/11? You
Right.
know?
It's like we already. Yeah, no, it's unless it's something that's going to open your eyes up in a different way or
Yeah.
show something you haven't seen, you already remember vividly and how and what you were doing, and yeah, it's one of those moments in our life that we're always going to remember what we were doing
Yeah.
that
That's
morning, you
Yeah,
know?
I still remember 100% what I was doing that moment. I remember I was doing what I was doing that Tuesday morning. I bet you a lot of people don't
Wow.
remember it was a
I didn't
Tuesday.
remember what day of the week it was.
Yeah, it was a Tuesday.
I
Um,
was in 2000. I was in 6th grade, maybe
uh,
7th grade. I think 6th grade.
I was in 12. I was a senior.
Well, then it wasn't 6th grade because you're
Okay,
only
that's
4 years older than me. No, you're only 2 years older than me.
wait, how old are you?
Wait, I'm 32.
Okay, 4 years. I'm
Okay,
36.
4, but still.
Yeah,
You were
so
a
you're either
senior?
eighth grade or ninth grade.
No, it was definitely middle school. I don't. It was 2001 though.
Yeah, but remember, it was in September, so the new school year has started already.
Yeah, that's fall. Okay, okay, okay. That's right. So it must have been the beginning of 7th grade. Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was beginning of 7th grade for me because I remember it was in 8th grade. 8th grade was 2002. It
Mm-hmm.
started in 2002. That's right,
Yeah.
because 7th grade was 01 to 02. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. That's when it was because I forgot too. I remember I used to always wake up in the morning and watch cartoons in my mom's room.
Yeah.
And that was the morning I went in there, but she had the news on, and I was like, "What?" And then all that shit happened, but it
Yeah.
was crazy. It's like,
No, it's funny because my thing, even back then, I used to watch I like watching the news in the morning. So I
yeah,
remember like tuning into like Fox News or Crom 4, whatever it was. And it's just like, oh shit. Like at first I'm like, oh shit, that's crazy. Because I thought it was only one. I think the second plane didn't hit or something.
yeah,
And and it and I remember having a 7:05 class. So I remember getting to class and somebody came in late and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry I came in late. This happened or this was going on." And then
right,
everybody at school was like, "Oh yeah, that's right, blah blah blah." And then like they canceled. I was at this time I was going to San Jose City College, making up credits for high
yeah,
school, and they canceled classes like for the rest of the week. They canceled classes for the rest of the week because of
right,
for what happened. And I remember just like every channel, dude, every single channel, like channels that will never play the news. they were all playing
Yeah.
9/11 stuff over and
Well, dude, we
over.
thought
And
we were going to go to war, which we did, but we
yeah,
thought
we
it was going to
did.
be worse than. I think
Yeah,
we were all
it was
pretty
horrible.
scared.
But yeah, again, why would I want to see like a mini series about 9/11? Like,
Yeah, and it's like been there. We've already gone
it's
through
been
that.
burned on your skull for so long.
Yeah,
Never
that
forget.
makes sense. But like once again, like you said, overexposure in a way, right? So that's
Yeah,
proving my point more as to why it's ridiculous that these people aren't privy to any of this shit.
they
I'm
don't
like,
know how
dude,
to
this is
say
like
Medellin.
popular shit. Just say it. Just say it.
To say Medellin, and I'm pretty sure if Cali, which is the other major city in Colombia, they're not. They're probably gonna say
Colombia, right?
Cali.
Colombia.
No, it's Cali, whatever.
The Great Khali, like the wrestler. Is that his name? I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's just it's tough being white. No, it's not. But what I was gonna say was it's annoying listening to people that look like you that make you look bad, and that's basically the point I'm making. Is
Mm-hmm.
I hate people that aren't educated and cultured.
Yeah,
It really
they only eat
bothers
their
me, and it goes
swans.
on everyone. It's like some people want to point it at minorities, but I look at it this way. I say everyone's guilty of it
Yeah,
because we're all minorities in one way, shape, or form. We're all immigrants one way, shape, or form, and we need to just be better. And I feel like most people that are immigrants actually I feel like strive to be better probably more than anybody. And a lot of respect. I got a lot of respect for people that want to come to this country and and go through the motions of getting and also paying. I've heard it's not the upfront cost to get here and get citizenship isn't the expensive part. It's hiring a lawyer
yeah,
to get all that done is the fucked up part. I heard it's close to 10 grand sometimes to get.
yeah.
I was talking to one of my neighbors who came from India. This is India. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not even a rich country. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
It's crazy. So I'm like, I don't know what people make it seem like it's so easy. It's so simple. It's like, first of all, I know people, and I'm probably one of those people that who knows what my score would be on that test they do.
yeah.
How many people that were born in this country know who the president was, like, or the eighth president, or any of that stuff on that test that
And
they
it's not,
expect people to know that just came here? Like, it's kind of nuts.
dude. I remember one of my coworkers. I was working at Elbow Arrangements, and selling flowers or whatever, the fruit flowers and shit.
Right.
And one of my coworkers goes, "Hey, Danny, what do we celebrate for 4th of July?" And I'm like,
Right.
"What?" Like, yeah, like what's the holiday? Like, what are we supposed to celebrate? I'm like,
Because we
it's
don't call
fucking,
it Independence Day.
it's
Yeah, it's
Independence Day.
4th of
Like,
July.
yeah, but she's like, what does that mean? I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, this was full on person born here in the United States, high school diploma,
Oh,
doesn't know
yeah.
what 4th of July is.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, so like, what the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
like, are you serious? I'm like, that's just like the biggest, most like fundamental like question, like who's the first president? Everybody knows who's the first president. Who's the president during the Civil War, this kind of stuff. And
Right.
I'm like, this girl doesn't know why we're celebrating 4th of July, but she'll brag about like knowing how to roll up a blunt. I'm like,
Yeah,
and
and dude, and that's the thing. Don't get me started on stoners. I may
yeah,
be one, but once again, I hate my own kind. I'm like
yep.
the I'm like the what's his name, Bigsby. You remember the Chappelle skit with
Yeah.
the
Dude,
blind racist?
somebody was just putting on somebody was just recording that, was sharing on Snapchat that whole skit. I'm like, dude, how genius was that fucking skit?
Oh, it was amazing. Everything
He
about that skit was so good.
he went to an all blind school and they just told him that he was white to eliminate confusion. Like, how amazing is this?
Dude, it's
Oh
so
god.
clever and like it it just it's such a great show. Like, remember
Oh,
the racial draft?
oh, yes, and they have Tiger Wood going. I
Yeah,
always want to say this for shizzle.
yeah.
Is there's like laughing,
And then he's all,
dude.
"Hello, fried rice. Goodbye, fried chicken."
Oh God. What else?
Oh no, no, goodbye, fried rice. Hello, fried
The
chicken.
fried chicken. But they claim Eminem. The white claim it. Oh no,
No,
the blacks want Eminem.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's because he's all the black delegation, which is most deaf. He's all, "Shut up,
Yes, most
cracker."
the white delegation, the black delegation nominate Eminem, and
Now
then
hold
they
on a goddamn minute there, Tyrone.
and
Wasn't
then he
fucking
goes, tell you what, we'll give you he's like, we keep Eminem, but we give you
Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice and the OJ Simpson or something.
Oh
Or I
yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
but OJ Simpson gets thrown in there.
yeah, yeah.
But
Something about OJ.
yeah, and he goes, I'm just a hustler. Hey, well, I'm the ultimate hustler right here. God
Oh
damn
yeah,
it.
he's all, "Can't out hustle a hustler." Dude,
Oh
I love
God.
Chappelle and Whiteface when he would do the news guy.
Oh yeah.
See, it's
Dude.
I don't know, man. Like, I understand why blackface for sure when it was why it was done, why it's racist.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, like, they did it because it's just so fucking terrible.
Segregation and shit.
Well, it's they did it because they weren't even willing to hire black actors.
Yeah.
It doesn't even
Black
look
actors,
right.
there was the thought of a black actor wasn't even like a thing.
I just think it's crazy though because there were black actors though.
Yeah.
They just, things are crazy back then and just people are weird, but all that stuff is just like super weird to me. It's like I don't understand the mindset.
You know what's funny, dude? One of my college classes, we had to watch The Birth of a Nation.
Yeah.
Is first off, it's a fucking horrible movie. It's like a fucking 3 hour long silent
Uh,
film based on this racist ass book. And you had freaking President Woodrow Wilson,
yeah.
the guy who won World War One for America, 19, late 19, like early 19 or late 19 teens. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way. Saying, "Oh,
Teens.
this is the most beautiful movie ever made and so true to like history." And you have the fucking the KKK portrayed as like the American Knights protecting, the American way from these heathen black people. And I'm like, it's just funny. Like, here we are 100 years later, and we're like, dude, like this president, like a full on president, people talk about, like, oh, he was a great president because he wanted peace, World War One. Like, yeah, but he also went out to say fucking the KKK or like
Yeah,
you know,
man, and
the
that's
saving
and
grace.
that's the whole weird spooky stuff about politics is it's never and that kind of helps prove my point on how I feel is too is it's not that things are worse now, it's just that we know about it more.
Mm-hmm.
Because things were
Yeah.
more racist then, things were much more corrupt. Women didn't even have a voice.
No.
Minorities, including white minorities, European immigrants were also chastised and treated unfairly.
Mm-hmm.
Irish and Italian people were treated
Yeah.
almost as bad as Latinos. Pretty much, just the working class of America was treated like shit and looked down on. And I mean, I always respected people with dirt on their hands more than anybody. And I think you can relate to that. I
Absolutely.
think we respect that more than the white collar. We're more. I've always looked up to blue collar people more than white collar.
Mm-hmm. No, and it's like, um, I was telling this to somebody a couple of days ago. I'm like, because I want to get like one of those like old 1960s and 1970 trucks. Like, I want one of those old school trucks.
Yeah, they're nice.
But I know if I to get one already all done up and everything, it's gonna cost me like in the teens or in the twenty
Right.
thousands. I'm like, I wish I knew
You could
just
just build your own car. Yeah.
yeah, like I really fucking wish I knew that. I wish I knew how to do that. I wish my dad would have my dad doesn't know how to also. He always worked like, warehouses and shit like that.
Right.
But this is the kind of place like I wish I like I wish I knew that because my uncle came across like a 1960 something 1964 Ford truck, and
Wow.
he was telling me like, oh, like the truck doesn't like it doesn't turn, like it just
Oh, there's
the
no
engine
power
doesn't
steering
start.
probably too.
No, 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 like the engine
Oh, it
doesn't
doesn't turn
like
over.
turn over. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, but as soon as he fixed, I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have known like how to like if I would have that skill, like I'll be so amazing. Like, oh yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna buy that and
Yeah.
like rebuild it. But like at the same time, like I'm not sure about you, but my generation were, the late '80s generation. We were taught to when we started school that you had to go college, and
Yeah,
you never wanted to be a
definitely.
McDonald's worker, and you never want to work like be like that. You always be in the office. Corporate was like the way for success. That's where the real money
Yeah.
was. And I'm like, in a way that really like did a disturbance to us, you know.
I think so. But I think I think me and you learned from that at least because we can admit that, you know, I think that's part of it, right? Is understanding that even though we both went to college and you are using your degree,
Mm-hmm.
so there's really nothing shameful about what you did. But for me, it's like I went to college and I learned some skills, but still haven't quite felt like it was the right decision. Besides the
Yeah.
fact that I've crossed paths with some really good people that I still know, so
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much my take from it. But that's a lot of debt, you know. So it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
hard for me
absolutely.
to kind of understand like why and like like I don't know, but it happens, and I agree. I think college isn't for everyone. Trades aren't for everyone either. I think you kind of got to
Mm-hmm.
follow what you know, what you like to do, and just learn as much about that thing as you can, and just go with it.
And just recently, because now I'm a high school counselor. So just recently now we're telling our students, like in my school, like, hey, you know what? Maybe college isn't for you, and that's
Right.
okay. So we're telling them how, like, dude, these kids and like, I showed them this article about some kids put up by NPR. These kids in Seattle, fresh out of high school, they get internships
Hmm.
and internships with construction workers.
Yeah.
So they're 20, they're 20 years old. They're making, I think, $60,000 a year. Learning how to weld stuff.
Right.
Building, and they're like, yeah, this is great. I'm building my experience. I'm working. I'm making money. Like half of my, you know, everybody else who graduated high school with me, like they're all in college building death rather than not having creative. So it's like by the time I finish my apprenticeship and the time they finish college, like I'm gonna be so much ahead. And I'm like, dude, like again, it goes like I'm pretty sure like people maybe not here in the Bay Area, but I'm pretty sure people like in the Midwest or something like, oh, you didn't go to college, you freaking well, like you're dumb or something.
Yeah.
Like if college is the only way to
I think
success,
that
but
mindset's dying off now, though.
absolutely, I
Yeah.
think so too. Um, because going to college doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be successful. And you know what? Success is very um what's the word? Subjective.
Yeah.
People can be successful in their own way.
That's true.
Sometimes money doesn't mean successful. I feel like you're a very successful person, Coop.
Well, thank
You
you.
know? Yeah.
No,
Like,
you too, man.
thank you.
Especially being responsible for so many things in your life.
I
You
try
know,
to.
you can't be an idiot. I mean, you could be, but it would definitely
Hmm.
be obvious. And, you probably wouldn't have a good reputation at your school. So
Yeah.
I know you take a lot of pride in what you do. And it's very admirable to teach children at any level, but especially high school because they're probably at their most defiant. So,
Yeah.
and they know they have power and they know they're physically much more, intimidating than they were when they were 6.
Yeah.
So that's got to be tough, man. And I hats off to you. I really think it's awesome that you found something you like to do that you're passionate about. That's definitely
Hmm.
seems rewarding for yourself and for others. Definitely for others as well.
Well, thank you.
Plus, I mean, do you like apples? Have you gotten an apple as a teacher yet?
No, never have been given an
Now,
apple.
would that be something you'd be, because of COVID and because of how things are, would you even want an apple from someone?
No, here's the thing. Like I have kids who sometimes offer me like, "Hey, Mr. B, you want some hot Cheetos?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm good."
Yeah, I got
Like,
you.
yeah, like I remember when I used to work with the adults, like they used to bring me like food all the time. They used to be like, "Oh, I made some tamales. Have some tamales." I'm like, "All right, well, hell yeah,"
Right, but
you
I think
know.
it's because they're your peers that helps too, right?
Yeah, and they were like working with adults or teaching adults who were so like grateful for everything.
Yeah.
They're so grateful. So
Oh, right, right, right.
yeah, that was always cool.
That was probably
Like,
really nice because most people were like a little more mature, right?
oh, absolutely. Like they wanted to be there.
Right.
Like they were going to school because they wanted to be there. And with these high school kids, they're just like they don't even want to be there sometimes. But
No, I mean we didn't.
yeah,
We didn't
but
want to
I
be there.
mean, luckily I haven't dealt with kids who like are jerks or something or don't want to be there to be there. Like they kind of, they're just kids being
I mean,
kids at the end of
you
the
don't
day.
give me the kind of vibe that you should run into that very often, just because you're one of the teachers that I think most kids would understand. You're chill and cool.
Yeah.
You
And that's the
know
thing. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Beast, hella chill," and I'm like,
exactly.
I'm trying to get like I'm a hard ass reputation. You're over here like, "Oh no,
Uh,
he's hella chill." I'm like,
well,
ah,
you got to start cracking the whip, dude. You got to start breaking rulers over desks. I mean, and that's hard to do over Zoom, but maybe
I,
you
I
can perfect it at home and bring it to the classroom later.
I used to like throwing markers at the student, not directly at them,
Ooh, I like
but
this.
like above the head or like
Really?
yeah.
Dang, I like
I,
that. I
like I
got
remember
even
I
more respect
threw
for you,
a
Danny.
an eraser at this like nearest student because like he kept on dropping like he was having conversations while I was trying to teach,
That
and he
shit's
kept on
so
dropping
annoying.
like f bombs and stuff, and I'm like, dude, language. So, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. B. I'm sorry, Mr. B. And then like after like the three or fourth time, he just like I was just so like, dude, shut up. So like I threw like an eraser. I didn't like purposely not to hit him, but it was like above his head or something just to create like a loud noise behind him.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I'm like, I'm like, dude, shut up. And he goes, I haven't said enough. I didn't say a fucking bad word. I'm like, you just did it right now.
Dumbass.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. I'm like, dude, just shut up.
Yeah, you're
Just
making
shut
it
up,
worse.
please. We got 20 minutes left in class. Just shut up. Don't say anything else.
Dude,
And
it's
I
so
was just
funny
laughing the
how
whole
easy it
time.
is in high school.
I was just laughing the whole time, and because he like, oh, I didn't mean to say a bad word. Oh fuck, shit. And it's like, all right, dude, whatever. I'm
He
like,
doesn't want to go to
whatever. Just shut up.
timeout. I don't want to go back to timeout.
Yeah.
The
No, don't take me to the hallway,
hallway's
Mr. B.
scary.
Don't take me to the hallway. So, nah, but I never had like an issue with students, right?
That's good, man.
We
I
have
mean,
that. Obviously, I know who to do it with and who not to do it.
oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. You know them very well, I'm sure.
yeah, we build that rapport. So it's not like I'm gonna do it first day of school to like the homie looking guy. Like I'm not trying to get shank either.
Oh, I
Um,
got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, I feel like it won't come down to that. You shouldn't have a stand and deliver moment.
no,
I mean, you got to
no,
burn
and
half your
like
face if you're gonna do that.
no, and like nah, like I said, I've yet to deal with a disrespectful student or anything like that. They're all pretty chill and they're all pretty.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they always trust me. Like they always come to me for their problems. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I don't have my shit together, but okay, I'll listen to you.
Yeah, but in their eyes, you do.
Yeah, that's true.
That
You,
like, remember how we looked at adults when we were kids? We kind of
yeah.
thought maybe one day I'll be like them and have it all figured out, and then we realized you never figured it out your whole
Yeah.
life.
Well, it's because we grew up watching like Mr. Feeney, and we thought Mr. Feeney was like
Yeah,
knew
or
everything.
we thought we'd have a Mr. Feeney.
Yeah, that's maybe why I became a history teacher to be like a Mr. Feeney.
Danny.
Feeney
Mr. Danny.
for Danny. That'd be great.
Mr.
But yeah, so
Danny's
no,
definitely the name of a teacher for an ESL class.
I think so too.
Like a citizenship class. I feel like they would call you Mr. First. Like, I don't know, maybe they wouldn't. That's racist of me.
Mr. Daniel, Mr.
I feel
Daniel.
like everyone would call you Mr. Danny.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
I don't.
it's just I don't know, man. I'm just trying. What we got to do this year is just try and prepare ourselves, but then keep our heads on and not take in too much information. You know, for every bad news article you read, go watch something funny, read something good, or just watch something that interests you. Because what you got to do is you got to keep your brain busy and not busy just with the same information that's being thrown at us all the time. We're gonna go nuts, and we're just
Hmm.
falling into that. So don't lose track of your creativeness. Don't lose track of the artistic and integrity that you have. And don't get bored. Boredom leads to bad things, and if you're bored, there's always something you can do. There's always you can write down thoughts or goals. There's a lot of things that we can do instead of being bored and letting those idle hands at work. And speaking of idle hands, man, geez, the idle hands has hit the top of the marquee, and it is midnight. So
Yep.
I think
Two.
we're gonna
No.
wrap it up for the night.
Sounds about
We
right.
made a good episode. Real Simple didn't really help us out too much, but it's not their fault. They don't write for the show. We did
Mm-mm.
take some excerpts from an article that may or may not get credited. No, yeah, no, it's just we were just gonna talk about some things. We don't even really need topics. We can
No.
really riff off whatever we want. We just kind of do this to help keep ourselves a little in line with what we're doing, but for the most part, me and Danny we already know what we're gonna say because we already got that relationship going, man.
Absolutely.
But I
Absolutely.
want you to get some restful sleep so you can get back at those kids because you gotta rest that shoulder for that eraser throwing. So I want you to
I
be
got
on
I gotta
point.
get that whip going. Gotta get the belt,
And the
the
nay
wrist.
nay. No, I'm kidding. That's bad. But yeah, dude, definitely work on the dry erase mark. I mean, I want to hear some stories of I want to hear some erasers bonking heads, man. I'm excited. I can vouch for you if anything legally ever happens. I don't know how credible my
Just start a GoFundMe for me.
yeah, I don't know how credible my sponsorship would be for you. It might be actually worse, but I'm here for you, man.
And I appreciate that.
For better, for worse, I'm here for you.
And I'm here for you too,
But for
Coop.
more better, because no one should plan to be worse.
Except for marriage.
Yeah, that's an institution. But yeah. And on that note, stay institutionalized, everybody, because we're going to go back into winter, which means it's getting cold and sniffles are going to start coming, and here comes the flu season. But anyway, on a happy note, you want to listen to some good stuff, listen to Mad Season by Matchbox 20. There you go. There's a positive thing to come out of something negative that I just said.
Oh. Some Matchbox 20.
Yeah, I like Matchbox 20. I love
What's that
Rob
dude's?
Thomas.
There it is, Rob Thomas. That's the name I was
There you
thinking.
go. Oh, I'm
Cool.
so annoyed that I was supposed to see them on the Wallflowers on August and it got canceled.
Oh, of course it did.
I'm like, I gotta see. I was about to see Jacob Dylan and the Wallflowers play with Rob Thomas and match.
Come originator.
Yeah, one
Nothing is
headlight,
forever.
dude.
Yeah.
When I found out he was Bob Dylan's son, and then I listened to how he sang, I was like, I hear it.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah,
He's got a
same
little bit of
thing.
the, yeah, a little bit. If
Once
you
I
hear
heard it,
it,
I'm like, don't be like your dad.
well, he's better than his dad,
That's true.
but um, it's just funny, dude. Well, apparently Rob Thomas and Jacob Dylan were like really close friends,
Mm,
and that's another reason why I was excited for the tour because I really like both bands. But yeah, Rob Thomas would like go to his
yeah,
house
they're
and
gonna
like
come.
see Bob Dylan. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, that is pretty badass.
Like, write music with Bob Dylan or something. What the fuck?
Well, there's always next year.
Oh, there's always FUBU. Tough break.
And then no Dave Chappelle reference.
Yeah. And on that note, yeah, we bid you adieu and thanks for tuning in and thanks for listening. Don't stay classy. Be yourself and be happy. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
All right,
good.
guys. Later.